What's your build on what Rod got started there, Coach, and the difference in the shift that Birmingham offense showed when Keith Price was inserted at quarterback?
Yeah, Keith Price takes over tonight for Luis Perez, and Perez did a good job, but he was efficient, but he wasn't getting the ball down the field. In order to open up their running game, they're going to have to be more effective down the field. He ended up being 18 of 29 last week, 234 yards, 1 touchdown, as Rod mentioned. But the thing that he also can do is use his legs, and so I expect them to incorporate a little RPO offense tonight.
All right, let's go other sideline, Maurice, and Mike Bercovici. And, a 300-yard passing performance gets the big win, including that huge completion at the end of the game last week.
Talking with Coach Marks, he talked about he loves the way he's playing and practicing right now, and Berco's doing really well. He's excelling at the deep ball, throwing the ball 4 or 5 passes that's going over 20 yards, which is important because that opens up this high-powered offense, and it helps the running game. So if you can get the running game going, throwing the ball downfield, it's going to be tough to defend, Coach.
It's a nice day out in San Diego. It's actually better than nice. Devazier Felton back to return this punt. Gets underneath it on the run, 35-40, right sideline, scoots out of bounds, just shy of midfield there.
Now, it's going to be exciting to see what the Iron can do on offense, because this is where they've struggled throughout the whole year. And so can this offense step it up and take advantage of a short field and help your defense out, which has been one of the top in the league?
You know, Keith Price had 8 drives last week and 2 touchdowns, which is really what Luis Perez had put together the entire season. So it's going to be a good night.
Let's see if they can get off the schneid here. 0 first quarter touchdowns all season for half of the Alliance slate. It's going to be a handoff to Trent Richardson, and he goes nowhere. Plugging that hole is Demontre Moore out of Texas A&M, and we have a little bit of words there.
I love when guys talk because it's showing the passion, but Coach Marmie talked about his defense not being that big, but being fast, and you saw it there. Guys are shooting gaps and flying, trying to stop Trent Richardson's feet from moving.
Yeah, they really have some good linebacker core on this fleet defense.
Play action here. Price flush from the pocket. He did this an awful lot last week, using his legs to extend the play. And you see him complete Tobias Palmer there for the first down. Eric Pinkins for the tackle, but not until the iron gain 9.
Yeah, you're right, Money. He did. He extended the play last week, ran for a first down, being able to get out of the pocket. A couple times he threw it high and missed the throw, but here's a nice throw.
Well, the other thing is when you have an athletic quarterback that can run, it puts more stress on your defense, Coach, and he finds a guy open just by extending the play. You don't want him to do it all the time, but it's always good to have it in your back pocket.
It was a nice job by Tobias Palmer coming back to him.
Run again, and this time Trent Richardson going to break through after first contact. He'll pick up 3. It'll be a 2nd and 7.
You know that cartoon where the guy's just running and arms and legs going everywhere? That's what Trent Richardson always reminds you of.
He does a good job of not letting the penetration from Demontre Moore stop his feet. You know, again, as a running back, that's the one thing that they can't coach or teach you. You have to have that naturally to be able to jump, cut, spin, move, whatever you have in your toolbox to get back to the line of scrimmage and make a play work.
He's in averaging just under 2.5 yards per carry, but those 8 touchdowns. And they're going to let this one go, but it'll be an offside. Price take the hit. You hear him mic'd up. What that sounds like when Demontre Moore runs into you.
Well, I think Keith Price showed a little bit of his inexperience
offside
there.
Defense number 93.
Losing the focus.
5 yards from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
You know, he loses the focus. He has a chance for a free play. You know, catch the snap, let him protect, and now maybe we can launch one down the field and get a big play.
You know who made that famous, Coach?
Out.
Well, at least in my I was going to say in my era, is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
that's the guy that he gets you offsides, get that ball, free play, take a shot.
Yeah, well, and he would always play possum, too. He'd take the snap, stand for a second, and then get into action. So 2nd and 2 now. See motion man there is Palmer. Handoff goes to Richardson, and that's what you're talking about there, Maurice. Just keeps those feet moving after contact before Kendall James brings him down.
When you watch Trent Richardson in college at Alabama, you watch him with the Cleveland Browns, you watch him with the Indianapolis Colts, that's the one thing he does really well. He drives his feet. His feet never stop. So you have to try to get him you got to try to stop his feet before he can get in that mood and get going because he's 225 or 230 pounds. That's tough to stop, Coach, when he's going downhill.
Well, this iron offense, though, they have to find their ground game, and thus far they're doing a nice job this evening.
Back in high school, Richardson, the number 2 running back in the nation. 5-star recruit, picks up 3 there. Alex Barrett brings him down. It'll make it 2nd and 7.
You know, one of the things, though, too, as they settle in here is the Birmingham offensive line. The Iron offensive line has probably been the most banged up in the AAF. So these guys are now getting a chance to play together a little bit more. They're just without the offensive guard here, Kerbin, tonight, who's inactive with an injury.
Well, one of the things that I'm seeing the Fleet do, because it's such a big offensive line, they're stunting their smaller defensive ends just to try to beat tight ends and get across guys' faces to cause penetration.
Price and Richardson methodically moving the iron down the field with his 2nd and 8. Goes to Richardson again. Little jump cut there. Keeps the feet. Takes a lick, but not before. He picks up 4. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. Ryan Muller on the tackle there.
So take a look at this, Maurice. Look at those big line splits now. Look at that. Look at that.
Hey, let's go.
You know, Coach, when you get those big splits, you're creating space.
Yes.
And that's what you want to do. When you're a bigger offensive line against small defenders, you want to get your big guys on them to push them backwards.
So a 3rd and 4. Passing down, Price looking middle of the field. He's going to be dropped. Tackled by a pair of Fleet defenders, including Xavier Coleman and Shakir Soto. It's a loss of 9.
Well, Well, they're bringing blitz. They're bringing guys from everywhere.
Number 62
Coleman, they
is
don't get out to
eligible.
block
62.
Coleman. He's able to get the edge and just get right to the quarterback.
You know, and that's really
Number
unlike
60
him.
is eligible.
Brandon Green, Coach Lewis talked about, Tim Lewis talked about how well he has played this season thus far for them.
Another one of those Alabama college players is Brandon Green, their left tackle. Did it all at Alabama. Offensive line, defensive line, tight end. So now for the field goal attempt, and it's pushed right. Nick Novak missed from 35 last week after a turnover and pushes this one again. We'll step aside, get back with the second offensive possession of the San Diego Fleet. 0-0 here in the final contest for the Alliance this week.
Daily Batson. Say my name so my powers become yours.
Are you for real?
Say okay.
Fandango invites you to be the first to see Shazam.
Oh, snap.
With a special sneak preview on March 23rd.
That's crazy, right?
Can you leap tall buildings in a single bound?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Shazam, rated PG-13. In theaters April 5th. See it early with Fandango March 23rd.
Whatever it takes for kids to build great futures.
STEM education and flag football.
Integrity and leadership.
Whatever it takes.
The Boys and Girls Clubs offer it.
The Alliance is proud to help them
transform kids' lives. Join us and donate by texting Team BGCA to 41444 now.
Thank you!
And this month, the Alliance is teaming up with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to help kids cross the goal line. You can join the effort by texting Team BGCA to 41444 to donate now. Second offensive possession for the Fleet. Bercovici under center. Play action, all kinds of time. Middle of the field, loves it. Wide open, and room in front of him on top of the numbers. It is Dantes Ford.
You know, Coach March talked about that on our call. You know, everybody wants to really talk about Nelson Spruce, but Coach March wanted to talk about how well Dantes Ford had been playing in the recent games.
And that's no surprise there, Coach. This is second in the Alliance in yards per catch receiver at 21.1 yards per grab.
And this is where Bercovici excels, throwing the ball down the field.
He's doing it again to the end zone, has a man, and it's dropped. It was right there for Marcus Ball, the tight end.
He was too open, Maurice. Too open.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that is the hardest pass to catch. When there's no one around you and the ball, it seems like it's going to take forever to get to you. You just have to kind of zone in, and you got to catch it with your body. You got to speed up and try to make sure your body so you could cradle the ball, Coach, not catch it with your hands in that situation.
Quarterback delivers a great ball, really catchable. Come on, man. You got to make that play.
High formation now. Ben Johnson acts as the fullback as Gardner dots the I. And on that left hash, he'll pick up about 2.5, 3 before Casey Sales makes the tackle.
You know, these opportunities to score points, man, are tough. Now you got a third down and long after you should have had a touchdown.
I remember playing in a game, and it seems like it happens to everyone, though. When you have a chance to score, and then you don't, and then all of a sudden a couple bad things happen, and then all of a sudden you're fighting
I don't like
uphill.
that jinx. You're putting the pops on him right now, Maurice.
I'm trying to hope it reverses.
Beware of the turnover. Under center, Bercovici. Terrell Watson now in. Berco, middle of the field, and just behind his intended receiver, Brian Brown. Bradley Sylvie in the coverage.
Yeah, throughout the season, again, the strength of the Birmingham defense, so good on third down. And another nice job there with another third down stop.
Number 69 and number 75 are eligible.
Situational football always shows up
69.
in these type of games. So third down conversion, red zone conversions, you need those. You can't keep kicking field goals. You have to score touchdowns to win games.
Big one for Hagman last week. You see there the first game winner in the Alliance from 44 yards over Salt Lake. This left hash, 35-yarder, actually 36-yarder. And this one right through. So the San Diego State product puts the Fleet on top 3-0 in a battle between 3 and 2 teams out in San Diego.
Free, 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 free. Free, free, free. Free, 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 free. free, 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 free.
Free. Free, free, free.
That's right. TurboTax Free is free. Free, 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 free.
Home team highlights brought to you by At Home, the home decor superstore. You see the fleet this season, 3-0 at home, 0-2 away. And look at the difference in the offense. Nearly 13-point differential there, and the defense shaving 4 off as well. So they certainly like it there.
When you get your schedule, though, you want to be great at home. And then you steal a couple on the road, and now you're good to go.
Well, they got a couple on the road that they got to play after this now. I think the rest of the season they're going to be on the road.
Just about. After this, they'll head to Arizona, Salt Lake, and Orlando. Bing, bang, boom. Takes the handoff, does Price. Turns. Now he's going to have to pirouette out of pressure. And way to keep his wits about him and get some positive. With DeMontre Moore right in his face, it'll be a gain of 7 that goes to Richardson.
They really like their play-action game. Coach Steve Logan talked about that. That's their way to get chunks. And, Coach Marmee on the other side, the Fleet the defensive coordinator, talked about their deep crossing routes. But the pressure makes him have to move the pocket and check it down.
And that's the difference between Keith Price and Luis Perez, is that he's mobile enough to get out of the way and throw the ball to his check down.
Richardson leads the Alliance in receptions and yards receiving for a running back. Takes the handoff here. And he runs into a pile led. Looks like Tani Tupo that was there to meet him first. Also, Alex Barrett.
Those two guys have done a nice job all season up front there, particularly playing in the run. Barrett's also provided a lot of pass rush presence. So, again, the front four for the Fleet has been impressive.
Well, I think it's their front seven as well. The linebackers are not missing their gaps. They're hitting where they're supposed to be, which allows the defensive lineman to get one-on-one blocking and beat the offensive lineman.
0 for 1 on third down so far today. The iron. Price to pass. Pocket collapse. Gets it off in time. But Quentin Patton cannot get the yard he needed for the first down. Kendall James was there to make the stop.
You all right?
We got a man down.
Timeout for an injured player.
Hey.
And try to see. It looks like Brandon Green, their left tackle, might be. Yes, it's Brandon Green, their left tackle, out of Alabama, who is the man down.
Yeah. When we showed, we're going to get a chance to look at the replay here, and I think this comes down to the execution of the offense. They're trying to run a crossing route where they're going to try to rub off the defender, and they got to set it, and you got to get across. He's got to take it 2 more yards, Maurice. He's 2 yards short of the first down. That's really just an execution error.
Yeah, and on the other side, your right tackle, Michael Dunn, just gets beat, and that's how guys get hurt. You got to do your job.
Hopefully Green okay. You see how that happened. Price just got pushed right into that right leg that was planted, rolled up on him. But good to see him walking off under his own power.
And we talked about the injuries they had in the offensive line, and this is, again, the guy who's played the best throughout the season thus far.
A guy that everyone feels that could be in the NFL next year as well because of how he's played throughout the AAF.
Speaking of that, I'll keep that thing going. This is another one to keep an eye on. Colton Schmidt's been the best punter in the Alliance. You want to talk about someone that can put it up in the air. Best hang time of any punter. Most punts inside the 20 with 14. And last week, man, he had a beauty for 52 yards that landed at the 1 and kicked out of bounds.
And Ronnie Brooks has returned one for a touchdown this season already.
There you go. So we got 2 of the best. Brooks with that 57-yard punt return, and this fair catch, he's going to grab it at the 17. 18 make that. And that's a 48-yard punt with no return. Fleet looking to add to their lead when we return. They're on top of the iron, 3-0.
Here's the thing. 52% of guys experience erectile dysfunction, but 0% like talking about it. That's why we built Roman. For the first time ever, you can get ED meds prescribed online, shipped discreetly to your door. Chat online with U.S. licensed physicians and get FDA-approved medication, all in single-dose packaging. No more waiting rooms, awkward talks, or lines at the pharmacy. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
Skycam, I'm brought to you tonight by Wheels Up at SDCCU Stadium. Side of 3 Super Bowls, 22, 32, and 37. Terrell Watson in at running back. Berkovici under center. Play action. Rolls to his right under pressure. Just throws it into the... for an out, I should say, for Brian Brown. Cannot complete it, though, so 2nd and 10. Still be there in coverage.
Great coverage. I mean, all over the receiver, trying to run a whip route. Tries to go in and whips back out to get there for Berkovici. But the defender doesn't give him an inch, Coach.
I like the perimeter speed of the Iron defense, really getting back, getting up in a contained posture on the quarterback, and really making him have to throw the ball out into the flat.
Here we go.
Thought he was just going to throw that away, looking to get a minimal profit with that pressure. So now it's 2nd and 10. And has time to throw now. This one a little bit low, and they will say incomplete, pass intended for Dantes Ford. Jack Tocho there in coverage, and now a 3rd and 10.
I like Dantes Ford, though, acting as though he made the catch, jump up, get running with it, make the official make the correct call.
You always do that. Put it in the official's hands.
Yes.
This one, ooh, he had an opportunity there just to get his hands in the right position.
Well, it looked like Mike Berkovici ended up overstriding a bit, not being able to get enough on the football.
Neither team has converted a 3rd down yet. You see there 0 for 2. Trying to get guys to jump with the hard count.
I think he was successful,
I think
Matt,
so,
but he got the wrong side.
Maybe it was Escobar.
False start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
And that is Damian Mama, who is back after missing last week. Berkovici with some instructions for his man not to jump on the hard count. Mama out of USC, also out of Bosco, like Keith Price in Southern California. He was the #1 offensive lineman in the nation when he was recruited.
Is he from Bellflower?
Monday.
Okay.
Lady, behind.
So now a 3rd and 15. And Berkovici will dump it off underneath, nowhere near the yardage needed. It'll be a gain of just 4 to Watson, but Tocho there. And again, got ourselves a lot of punt action so far here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the punters are getting a lot of work here, Matt.
Well, you guys, everyone's dropping back. You got to get everybody dropping back, playing deep, and the running back's going to check down. That's the only place that he can get to in this situation. If it's just get to your check down. Hopefully you get it to him early enough where you can make some guys miss.
Well, as Coach Mark said on our call, the success of the Fleet offense will be what they do on early downs. 1st and 2nd down, they've got to get ahead of the chains. They don't want to be playing 3rd and 10 every series.
So the Birmingham defense does their job. They flip the field. Iron going to try to get on the board when we return after a 45-yard punt.
My patio is begging for a new chair. And what my patio wants, my patio gets. For less. Like that. And that. I found the perfect patio chair at the perfect price. Here, at home, where you'll find the biggest selection of styles at the best prices.
Well, my parents met in Texas. Then they moved to Washington. They had me at Fort Knox. They keep all the gold there. After that, we moved to Georgia for a couple years. Then we spent some time in Korea. Seaweed snack. Ew. And now we live here for good.
Our members call many places home.
Oh, lots of questions.
So we made owning a home easier. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Weekdays on NFL Network. Check out what critics have called the best morning show on sports television and legit entertaining. Good Morning Football. Weekdays at 7 only on NFL Network.
Coach, did you ever go on Good Morning Football?
I have never been on Good Morning Football.
Man, we got to get you on there. It's great.
Right.
It's early now.
It's early. I'm good. I'm up.
All right. Oh.
See those last 24 possessions, why they made that QB change to Keith Price. 12 punts, 3 interceptions. Still got a little bit of time to try to score that first quarter touchdown. Do not have one of those. Just under 4 minutes left here in the first frame. 3-0 Fleet. And a Hageman 36-yard field goal. And we can stay on schedule as Trent Richardson picks up 4. before Kolo Amatungi makes the tackle there.
That's good push up front by the by the Iron offensive line. But the thing we got to have is we're not getting any extra yards after contact going right there now.
Well, early in the game, everyone's fresh and everyone wants to tackle. They want to do all these good things. Those extra yards, coach, are going to come in that third and fourth quarter. You know that.
Price with play action, climbs the pocket, now going to tuck and run, and he'll pick it up with his legs. Nice slide by Price into Fleet territory, like A.J. Tarpley.
Offside. Defense number 97. That penalty's decline. Result of the play is a first down.
It's a gain of 10 with his feet there, Maurice.
Well, good job by the guard kicking back out to kind of give a little help to get the defensive end out of the way so the quarterback can step up and then find a way. Price does a good job of understanding, look, everyone's covered downfield, so let me go ahead and take off and get this first down.
It's something he brought to them last week, albeit in a loss to Orlando. New set of downs, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Price, all kinds of time, and held on to it too long. Dropped by Demontre Moore, came into this one with 4 sacks, tied for third in the Alliance.
Well, what he did a week ago, as you mentioned, Matt, he came in that game against Orlando, and he played on rhythm, Maurice. He was releasing the football down the field, throwing the ball down the field, and tonight he has to get going. Let's get the ball out your hands, son.
Well, Coach, you always talk about taking shots. I think this was a shot play there. They ran 4 verticals. It's hard to take a shot when everybody's D'd up outside.
And that won't go as a sack. Instead, it'll be no gain. Michael Dunn is moved from right to left tackle, and Dominic Jackson moves in at right tackle after the injury to Green for the Iron. And hit as he throws. You hear it there on the mic. Demontre Moore again. And Price took a shot. He stays down.
Timeout for an injured player.
Helmet came off and everything.
Well, they're going to have to help, Matt, Maurice. They're going to have to help with these offensive linemen now. They're going to have to adjust their protection because right now they're not getting enough time to throw the football down the field.
It seems like the Fleet are playing a game called Where's Waldo, and they're putting Moore wherever Dunn goes. Dunn's on the right. Guess what? Moore's on the right. Dunn goes to the left. Guess where Moore goes? He follows him up. Something that J.J. Watt used to do all the time for the Houston Texans.
But once again, too, I see 2 receivers in the same area, the same zone of the defense. And again, that's 2 plays in a row where it looks like we've got guys in the wrong position.
Now they're checking on Price. You saw as Moore hit him, just kind of ran right into the oncoming Shakir Soto. So don't know if he has to get evaluated, but looks like Perez going to come in. Luis Perez, who had that pick 6 early on last week, followed by a fumble by Trent Richardson that put Birmingham in that 14-0 hole when they made that change to Price, did head coach Tim Lewis.
Luis is back in his hometown in San Diego now.
He may come out and try to show out, Coach.
Light it up.
You kind of got benched last week. Well, now you got benched last week. You get an opportunity to go back home and play. You got to show out for the family that's there.
So Perez back in on a 3rd and 10. Pressure comes. Pushes downfield. Completes the pass all the way out to the Fleet 25. Quentin Patton goes up to get it. Ryan Muller on the tackle. It's a gain of 20.
I've seen this story before. I've read this story. I saw it at the movies. It always plays out this way.
Well, I'm happy for the kid.
Or you come in, you throw a 20-yard strike right off the bat. I mean, that's going to be something that's going to you kind of build confidence back up. And remember, all week, the Fleet were practicing for Price. So now Luis is coming in, throws a different ball, different route concept that he likes. Watch out.
Tough situation coming in 3rd and 10. He did a nice job.
New set of downs. 5 plays now, 32 yards on this drive for the Iron. Perez looking right now, works his progressions. And dangerous throw to Richardson, broken up by the linebacker, Eric Pincus.
When they started the season, the Iron did a nice job, Maurice, with mixing the running game with the bootlegs and the nakeds, getting the quarterback really to survey just a quarter to half of the field, if anything. And they got to get back to that. Let's do some things to give him an opportunity to get the ball out of his hand on time.
Perez pulled after a quarter of play last week. He was 3 of 7 for 4 yards and an interception. Has not thrown a touchdown pass yet this season. Does have over 800 yards passing, though. Play action, and going to have to roll to his right. No flags. Goes right sideline, has a man complete for the first down. And that's the Damian Washington with his first reception. It goes for 12. Muller in coverage.
I've seen this story. I've read it. It's going to slowly play out where Perez's competition breeds greatness. Now, you're going to get pressure from this side here, but Perez feels it. He's able to get out of the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield, and he throws it to his open wide receiver, the Damian Washington.
You said one good thing is he kept his eyes downfield, and that's a good thing by the quarterback there, but he was able to avoid the pressure.
The one thing in the AAF that you don't have in the NFL is competition at the quarterback position. And that always breeds greatness. It brings the best out of you when you know you got a guy looking over your shoulder that may come and take your job.
And we got whistles.
I think we got a timeout there.
By the Iron. There you go.
Prior to the snap. Charge timeout Birmingham. They're first of the half.
You mentioned you've seen this story before. You're partially right, Maurice, when it comes to a guy coming home and showing out, but I don't think we've ever seen anything like Luis Perez, who did not play quarterback in high school. He was one of the top amateur bowlers in the nation, thought he was going to go to college on a bowling scholarship. Next thing you know, he's taken a community college route. He won a title at Pierce Community College in Los Angeles and found his way out to Texas A&M Commerce, where he showed out, and now he's playing quarterback.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that story. But I'm just talking about the whole concept of coming in at home, right? And you're back in San Diego where, you know, your family's there, everyone's there, Coach. And you know this. Anytime you go play in a stadium, I remember going back to San Francisco my first time playing when I was in Jacksonville. I bought 150 tickets.
That's what I was going to say. He didn't spend a lot of money on tickets tonight.
Right? So you got to go. You got to show out if you get an opportunity here in this situation.
He got his whole weekly paycheck he spent on tickets here.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Everybody from Southwest College, L.A. Pierce College in the stands. He, of course, winner of the Harlan Hill Trophy. That's the D2 Heisman. Perez to the end zone, and a little high for LaDamian Washington. Cameron Kelly, who had 3 picks last week in coverage. Keep it away from him.
Yeah, Cameron Kelly, really a great story. Coach Marks had switched him back over to wide receiver and then put him back on defense, and he comes away with 3 picks in the game, 1 for a touchdown, and really good athleticism. And those were nice plays he made on the ball last week.
I remember that one of those 3, too, was on a 1st and goal right before the half. Would have really put the Fleet in a hole. Thwarted that drive, and then they came out with a little bit of momentum and got out with that victory over the Stallions. So now a 2nd and 10 for Perez. Richardson to his right. Motion man is Palmer. Passing down again. Perez flushed and finds the open man underneath. It's Richardson. Little shake and bake. Keeps his feet. And Richardson with the effort. Is he in?
That's big, Mo. That's big. MJD, that looked good there now.
It looked great, Coach. And we always talk about in the running back room. You check it down to the running back, great things happen. 5 can get you 60. But I'll tell you this much. A little 2-yard route got you a touchdown. And it's important because Trent comes and blocks the edge and then finds a way to get open. And Perez, as he's scrambling out to the right, sees the running back, is able to get the ball to him. Great route there. And then after that, it's playground football.
A lot of firsts there, too. You got your first passing touchdown for Perez. You got your first touchdown for the Iron in the first quarter. And you got the first receiving touchdown for Trent Richardson, who now has 9 total on the season after that 9-play, 58-yard drive.
Kendall James came in there with all the intent to try to hit Trent Richardson, but at the end of it, he said, you know what? I'm going to learn. I'm going to make this a business decision.
Inside that 5-yard line, Trent is tough.
Let's see if they lean on him again here from the 2 on the conversion. Perez from our sky cam going to his right, running out of real estate. Nowhere to go. Jordan Martin there in coverage.
That's one of the limitations we see of Luis right there, not being able to really force the edge on those plays like that, the thing that Keith Price has done a little better at.
Well, the other thing is, too, you had Colin Thompson wide open, and I understand as you're rolling to the right, but we've seen teams run this. The Houston Texans, when Gary Kubiak was there, they would run this with Matt Schaub all the time, and the tight end comes open real late, so you're supposed to look all the way back to your progression, and maybe you have an opportunity to get that.
And Coach, got to believe that Mike Martz wants to get this running game going. They have got 3 carries for 3 yards so far in this contest.
Yeah, he talked about Juwan Gardner and his ability to really cut, to sit in there behind those big linemen and then make a cut and accelerate.
Handoff goes to Gardner, and he's just going to lower his shoulder, push A man forward for 1.5 yards. This could end up being the end of the quarter. Beniquez Brown there for the tackle.
This will get me excited. It's like the Pittsburgh Steelers defense of the 90s there.
Oh, Coach, I hear you.
MJD, that's what we're doing here now.
You know what? One of the things I have to say is that the three big guys up front are doing a great job not letting the offensive linemen get to those backers.
And looks like Coach Marks going to have a conversation with Mike Bercovici here. It's the end of the first quarter. Birmingham behind a pass from Luis Perez to Trent Richardson on top of the Fleet 6-3. Second quarter, Fleet with a 2nd and 9 when we return.
The New England Patriots are world champions.
Wow! Angling right to the pylon! Touchdown!
Relive all the thrilling moments in the Super Bowl 53 champions commemorative film.
Brady lobs a throw for Gronkowski, left side. Makes the catch!
Super Bowl 53 champions. Own it now on Blu-ray Combo Pack or DVD.
Want to bring those ups to football?
Should I jump over anything else?
Sure, try me. What about you?
Want to show how to ATL do?
Bring it that way.
Can I bring my superpowers?
Tell them. Yes.
Can I bring the heat?
Definitely bring that.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring them.
We meet again. Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They still going crazy. Still going crazy.
They're bringing it. How about you? What are you bringing?
JD, if Trent Richardson doesn't get to the NFL, it's not because he ain't trying. You can see this effort in there. He's giving you all he has, but he only has an average going into this game of 2.4 yards per rush. I don't know if that gets it done, but that effort he's showing us, I think a team should take a gamble on Trent Richardson next year.
Well, I think he'll get an opportunity again to get back in the league, maybe be in a training camp just to see if someone gets banged up. But he's had his opportunities, and he's kind of squandered them. And so in this situation, you don't know really what you're going to get out of Trent Richardson when he comes back because he's been there before.
Well, nine touchdowns so far.
It's a lot of touchdowns. That's right. It's a lot of touchdowns.
He's a touchdown machine. That's all I'm saying.
That was
He's done a great job of making people miss, every time he gets the ball in his hands.
Well, maybe TD should call this guy John Elway, and say, hey, bring this guy in, right? That's his boy.
He's got that Philip Lindsay guy out there.
You need some help.
By the way, TD, no stranger to the field here. Super Bowl 32. TD doing damage out there.
That was against the Packers, right?
Against the Packers.
I remember that. That was a helicopter tackle.
That was. How about Super Bowl 22? The loser was the Broncos.
Was TD on that one?
The winner was, no, he was not, but Elway was. Winner of that Super Bowl? Anyone?
Here you go.
Redskins.
55, set!
So Mike Bercovici on a 2nd and 9, and they go empty. And Berco going to have to climb the pocket, nowhere to go. He's dropped just past the line of scrimmage by Adeoye.
Nice job trying to spread the defense out here and try to isolate and try to hit a one-on-one play. The Iron defense does a nice job of matching up, taking the route away, playing a 4 across zone with 3 underneath and matching up on the routes.
You got to win. Someone has to win their one-on-one battle. Someone's going to be one-on-one. You have to win, and no one here right now for the Fleet is winning on the outside.
Here we go, set!
Fleet 0 for 3 on 3rd down. Another slow start for the bunch. Middle of the field, pass complete. This time to Nelson Spruce. First time we've called his name today. Ryan White in on the tackle. It goes for 11 and a first down Fleet.
Maurice, Coach Marks talked about Nelson Spruce really doing a great job on the isolation routes, the choice routes and that, and they're a nice job there with the choice option there coming back inside.
Well, one thing Coach Marks also said was he wants him to play faster. He's faster than what he's playing, and you saw it there. He put his foot in the ground, got across the defender's face, caught the ball, and got a first down.
Mike Bercovici, 4 of 8 for 62 yards. And wants it all. Goes right sideline into coverage. That's intercepted. Picked off by Bradley Sylvie.
Maurice, that was speed at number 3, which we talked about. Thing that you like that. They're trying to get number 3 down the middle of the field to isolate versus the iron defense.
Timeout for an injured player.
That is now the 4th interception thrown this season by Burko to just 1 touchdown. Silby comes up with his first interception of the season. The Iron looking to add to their 6-3 lead when we return.
There are places in this world that bring things back.
On April 5th, that cat was dead.
Church?
Based on the novel by Stephen King.
I know what you're thinking of doing, but then don't come back the same.
Daddy.
The author of It and The Shining.
Sometimes dead is better.
Pet Cemetery, directed by Kevin Kolsch and Dennis Widmeyer.
In conjunction with Navy Federal Credit Union, the Alliance is proud to be staging a military seat upgrade program where families each week are able to upgrade their seats on game day in recognition of their service. Start of this game, we saw U.S. Marine Corps Major General Kevin Hines deliver the game ball to get this one started. Of course, unique relationship between the military and the city of San Diego, and it continues here in the Alliance. Just love to see that. That's Liquibiante Gonzalez, who is the injured man.
Yeah, as I said as we went to break, in practice, that corner always stayed outside on number 1, Matt, and you saw him fall off and go intercept the football.
And there's been a struggle for Bercovici this season for Mike Martz. Perez stays in after throwing the touchdown. And underneath, he's got Ladarius Perkins near the first down marker. Depend on the spot. Looks like they're going to give him 10. John Lotulele with the tackle there.
Ladarius had the first down, then he started going sideways.
Yeah, again, Luis is doing a really good job of getting back, reading the coverage, and identifying. Now, the problem is you can't check the ball down all the time, and that was the issue before. That's why Keith Price, they wanted Keith Price to come in. You got to push the ball down the field sometimes.
The field gets too long if that's all you're doing is checking it down.
By the way, Perez in as Price took a shot from DeMontre Moore. That pass to Wes Saxon out of bounds, but goes for 3. It'll be a 2nd and 7.
Wes Saxon is their kind of their go-to tight end as well, a guy that last week had three catches for 75 yards, a big body over the middle. Expect to see him to go across the middle a little bit more because he's a bigger target, and it seems like both quarterbacks are most comfortable with him.
And my mistake on that last play, it was Coppridge, not Perkins. Perez from the shotgun climbs the pocket and goes underneath to Coppridge, who stays in. And he's near midfield. Tackled by Frank Ginda and John Lotulele. There is a flag down, though.
Maurice, you see the Fleet trying to overload the left side of the Iron offensive line and then bring the pressure off the outside.
Offense number 73.
You see big number 73.
Spot. Repeat 2nd down.
73 wrapping up Soto in there.
That's Avery Young, who got the start today in place of Corin Curvin.
Do whatever you can to not allow your guy to touch the quarterback.
Well, yeah, they do a nice job of picking up the blitz, the pressure off the edge, but again, you got to keep his hands underneath and inside and move his feet. And the quarterback is one of his most effective plays there, moving, sliding, and making a nice throw.
On a 2nd and 17, Trent Richardson back in, who has the game's only touchdown, a 13-yard reception from Perez. And goes underneath for Richardson. Shifts, but nowhere to go as San Diego holds. Ginda, first man there, last week's Defensive Player of the Week. It'll go for 7. They needed 17.
It seems like the Iron, they're trying to take these shots, but the Fleet's defenders, they're doing a great job of sinking into the deep part of their zones and forcing Luis Perez to check down. But also they're doing that because when you watch tape, he will take the check down. Yeah.
Well, right now they're measuring in a lot of horizontal concepts. You got to work some vertical concepts where we can high-low some defenders.
Perez now 6 of 8 for 68 yards. Richardson stays in. And they are 1 of 3 on 3rd down this evening. And Perez Throws it to Patton, but well short. Pressure coming from Kolo Amatangi.
And you see the difference between Luis Perez and Keith Price. When you see how Perez is struggling to get out of the pocket, and it's tough for him, where Price is more athletic and he's more comfortable being out of the pocket, he can extend plays a little bit more, and guys can work with him down the field.
Yeah, there's a little difference in foot speed and athleticism, so once he leaves the pocket, it's really not the same effect.
Update on Brandon Green, the left tackle for the Iron. He has a knee injury. His return is listed as questionable. Up to get that punt is Brooks on the run. He is hit hard.
I saw that coming.
Shahid Salmon with the big hit, 36-yard punt. It was a short one for Colton Schmidt.
Coach, I'm going to tell you something. You know I used to return punts back in the day. It's never good when you go running into the crowd looking at the ball. Nothing good can happen from that.
See if the Fleet can get things going when we return. They'll have the ball near midfield, trailing 6-3.
I've been a soldier for 3 years. I've scaled the toughest terrain and faced plenty of my fears as part of my training. And for the past 2 years, I've been a Navy Federal member. So even out here, I can pay securely with mobile pay, linked to my free checking account.
I don't know about this.
What did she say?
She said, I don't know about that.
I couldn't hear my helmet.
No, your ears are completely exposed.
Yeah,
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity. Truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays, unprecedented, and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
And that app is #1 in both the Google and Apple stores. Download it now. All sorts of features in it. See what you can find and enjoy. I was playing along with it last night in the Hot Shots Apollos game. Should have seen me. I was lighting it up. And here is Brooks, who took that hit.
That's what he said, too, when he got hit.
And even Keith Price was trying to figure out why he's not back in the game.
That's the trend center.
Keith Price is like, ooh, I know where Ron Brooks. Well, I got hit like that one time, and I was like, don't put me back there no more. I don't want it.
That's why you can fair catch.
No, there's no reason to have me back there, Coach, if we're not going to fair catch. I'm trying to be great.
I saw Maurice Jones-Drew punt return for a touchdown in person against SC. Did you return that for a TD, or was that just a long one, Maurice?
That was a kickoff return.
That was a kickoff return. There we go. And this a 9-yard completion from Bercovici to Brian Brown.
Yeah, Coach Marks talked about him, saying that he's a big, fast, physical receiver. You saw that there when he's getting off of the press technique from the defender, fighting back through to catch the ball.
Yeah, both of the guys, Dantes Ford and he, bigger, stronger guys, and really been impressive for Coach.
Hey, blue will,
Brian Brown, 3-time All-Colonial Athletic Conference performer. And again, the Fleet running game has got nothing going.
It is amazing the first two weeks of the season, the way Gardner ran the football, and the fact that lately he's just been bottled up. People are doing a nice job of spilling the run and scraping over the top, making plays.
What you're seeing here is a lot of penetration, though. Guys are flying around, setting edges, and it's tough. As soon as you see that, there's nowhere to go. Where is he supposed to go, Coach? And you know what? A lot of that is, again, teams are figuring out what you're trying to do, what you do well.
So from a 2nd and 1 to a 3rd and 2, and this is going to fall incomplete, and they still cannot convert on 3rd down. Just 1 of 5 now. And you hear the frustration from Mike Bercovici.
Well, when teams can play man-to-man and lock you up, you're going to have a long day. That's the one thing receivers, you practice that all the time. 1-on-1s, 2-on-3s. You have to be able to beat man coverage.
And every time we do a Birmingham Iron game, the opposing coaches talk about the complexity of the coverages of the Iron, the fact that they're more multiple than a lot of the teams in the AAF.
And this is returnable now. Devasier Felton to the 16. It's a 48-yard punt. Birmingham on top of the Fleet, 6-3. See if Perez comes back out for another series.
Have a seat.
Hey, where's the food? What kind of meeting is this?
There's no food. We just said that so you would show up.
What? No food?
There's someone we think you should talk to.
Hey, Dan, your coworkers told me you haven't done your taxes. I just want to say, you can call a TurboTax Live CPA for help. We'll help you get your refund and get back to your life.
You'd really do that for me?
Yeah, Dan. It's literally my job.
Thanks, guys.
So there's no snacks, nothing?
I brought kale.
TurboTax Live, now with CPAs on demand.
2-3-2 teams, 6-3 iron. And how about Luis Perez in for, at the time, injured Keith Price? Here's the hit Price took from DeMontre Moore. And you see him get sandwiched there between Moore and Soto. But he is available to return. He cut his lip. That is it. So this is a coach's decision to keep Price, who replaced Perez last week in the second quarter of their loss to Orlando. But Perez now 7-9 for 66 yards and his first touchdown of the season. Coach Lewis going to go with the hot hand, guys.
Money, I wish we had a head coach to kind of explain this decision.
This Coach Lewis is pulling the quarterback and going back to Keith Price. Other Coach Lewis.
Perez in the shotgun again, threw his first touchdown of the season earlier, and this well off the mark, intended for Tobias Palmer. 2nd and 10. Kendall James and Feeney in coverage.
You know, they had an opportunity to choose a quarterback this week, and they decided to go with Keith Price. He got jostled around a little bit, cut his lip, but let's get him back in there now, and let's get back on plan for what we went into this game plan trying to get done.
Yeah, I never understand that. You practice all week and you made all these plays for Keith Price. He gets banged up. Put him back in. Like, go back to what you worked all week. They all added study long, study wrong. You've done all this work. Get him in there. Let him go.
Perez in the shotgun. Trent Richardson, 7 carries for 20 yards so far. Another passing down. Hit as he throws. This one is complete, middle of the field. And now outside the numbers on the right side. It's LaDainian Washington still on his horse. 25-20. He's going to go to the house. Another touchdown pass for Luis Perez. LaDainian Washington, 83 yards.
Well, Coach Lewis, I was wrong, and I apologize.
Well, great. Again, it's a good job. Nice throw. But, you know, Washington does this work, man.
Well, look, they're going to bring a blitz off the edge, and no one picks it up. And he has to make this throw with pressure in his face. And you're throwing this blindly. You're just throwing it to a spot now and hoping that the receiver is able to catch it. But once the receiver catches it, it's all him after that. You got guys falling down, and, hey.
He does a nice job. He throws a catchable football, and it's an accurate throw, catchable football, and then Washington turns it into a big play after that.
88 and out the gate.
8 of 11 for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns for the born and raised in the greater San Diego area, Luis Perez. And you see the 2-point conversion falls apart there. So 12-3 with 8:43 to go in the half. Washington out of Missouri, played in the CFL for a while with Edmonton and Winnipeg.
Coach Lewis said that, and Coach, you talked to him, but he said this guy has a really good chance of making it to the next level because of his ability with the ball in his hands. Now, I told you I've seen this movie before. And I mean, it's, you know,
it was
I don't
a
have
tough
no popcorn
decision when
right
he
now.
pulled him last week, and now Tim's making another very difficult decision. These are.
The ladies, hit!
Again, passing for Bercovici. And middle of the field. Do we have back-to-back touchdowns? Dantes 4, 10, 5. Oh, tripped up inside the 5 by Bradley Sylvie.
You know, Maurice, he's going to have to hear about that in the film tomorrow.
You know, after the game, we're going to have to put everything together. Now, you're going to get everyone blocking down. The fullback's going to come out. Your boy Watson's going to do a great job of cutting. But this is the throw that Bercovici loves. It's about 15 to in between 20 and 15 yards, inside throws. You can do it in time. And now after you get the ball in your hands, I got to see the gas, Coach.
Dantes Ford, he's going to have to live this one down tomorrow.
He's on national television,
He got walked down.
He'll be number 1 in yards per catch after this one. Ford now 2 receptions for 112 yards. And out, and that ball fumbled out of bounds at the 1. Bradley Sylvie pokes it out there from Ben Johnson.
So the ball will go back to the spot of where he let go of the ball on the tackle. So it'll be second down there. Luckily, that ball went out of bounds without going in the end zone.
It'll be brought back to the spot of the fumble. The clock will start on the ready for play.
This is the same protection, similar play that they ran right before. This time, Bercovici throws the ball to the flat, and you have your tight end wide open.
And now you got your big back in there, all 250 pounds of Terrell Watson, but they want a timeout. Make sure they don't waste this red zone opportunity.
Yeah, it looked like they were a little confused on the personnel. You know, San Diego does the best job of the teams in the AAF, or I should say the most multiple, with using 3 different tight ends, using the formations in their personnels, and also changing up their protections.
Well, talking to Mike Bercovici, he said we have a healthy playbook.
So here's some headlines, Maurice, Coach. How about the Memphis Express? Johnny Manziel hits waivers. They get the first claim, and they're going to take him. So see whether or not Johnny Manziel will be on the call next week for the Memphis contest. See whether or not he makes his debut. Hot Shots deal Apollos the first loss of their season. They were 5-0. What an exciting game that was last night. Wolford, you see there for 162 yards and a touchdown. And the Commanders, boy, they look like they are elite when it comes to the AAF. They made easy work of Atlanta today.
Coach Riley's team really rounded into shape. You know, they've lost a couple close games, and now they're back on track.
I'm going to turn around and hand this ball off to my big back, and let's see who wants it more. Big T Watts.
No, instead it's play action, and again he goes to Johnson, and this time the tight end gets in.
Same play.
Same play, 3 plays in a row. You would think the Iron are going to say, we're not going to get beat on this play again. It's unbelievable. The whole line's going to slide this way. Tight end's going to come back out, fullback, and the back is going to block. You know, if you're a Raiders fan out there and you're watching the game, this is old Spider 2Y banana. That's what they like to call it in the West Coast terms.
Well, we had a little fox draw yesterday. Today we got a little Spider 2Y banana.
It's all over the place. Universal plays.
Will they go back to it again?
I would.
Can you run it 4 in a row?
I would.
With that jet sweep.
We're going to get a little slide, a little sprint here. A little sprint roll.
And back to the end zone. Popped up in the air, incomplete. So 12-9, the Iron advantage stays at 3. Pass intended for Dantes Ford. But the Fleet able to get something going on offense. How about taking a look at AAF.com? You get live in-game box scores, stats, leaders, and a whole lot more. And again, speaking of leaders, Dantes Ford, your leader in yards per catch. He was second coming in at 21.1, but it was his big grab, as he now has 2 catches for 112 yards that set up that touchdown. But as you said, guys, he's going to have to wear it in film.
Well, good thing is they scored a touchdown. They capitalized on the big play and got the touchdown.
His excuses were like, look, I got you there. You have to finish.
Perez stays in. Did not start this game. It was Keith Price. But Perez, the hot hand now, has thrown 2 touchdowns. Play clock down to 1. Gets it off. Perez going to dump it off underneath. Running the wrong way is Patton. And he's able to pick up 3 before stepping out of bounds on that left sideline. James and Feeney there team up to make the tackle.
You know, the one thing, Matt, when that play clock runs down, you know who's got their eye on that play clock also? Is those guys with their hand in the ground on the other side. They know that ball is going to get snapped, and it gives them an edge to get off on the football.
Sometimes you can almost jump the cadence because they get down. It gets down to 2-1. I'm going to take off.
They're gone.
So good thing of good work by Perez. Can't go broke taking a profit. Gets 3 there. 2nd and 7. Richardson, you see all alone in the backfield. Take the handoff, spin away from the first tackle, push the pile forward, and make it a very manageable 3rd and 2. Tarpley and Jalen Robinson team up for the tackle.
Well, Coach Marmee said this week that the one play they want to stop is the draw play, and that's the best play for the Birmingham Iron. And there you saw everyone was prepared for it. Once you get your hands on him, you just got to wrap up Trent Richardson.
Yeah, nice play by Tarpley there. He's such an instinctive football player, understands the passing lanes, and does a really nice job in the run game as well.
So Coach Marmee there, top, the defensive coordinator.
Let's go listen to him talk at clinics.
Yeah?
Yes.
50-plus years in coaching. his right is Perez. Middle of the field, picked off. Interception, Travis Feeney. There is a flag. We'll see what John O'Neill, our referee, calls out as the infraction. But as of now, it's an interception for the Fleet.
Holding. Offense number 62. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a first down.
So Perez had been the hot hand, but now his first interception of the game after 2 touchdown throws.
So you're going to get pressure right here, right away, and your guard is going to grab and hold, but you can't make a bad play worse.
I've heard that before, Maurice.
Yeah? Well, who told you that?
I think I told you that.
Yeah, I think I stole it from you. But I tell you what, why roll right and throw back across your body? The one thing you want to do is either throw it out of bounds and live to have another play.
Literally, the Fleet quarterback told us the same thing as well, Mike Berkovici.
See Bishop Sankey there, and he gets the carry. And now the former Washington product going to pick up 8 on first down.
They're really excited about having him back now healthy. The opportunity to give him a little bit of different change of pace back.
Yeah, you got your every down back.
They got thunder, lightning, and now what do we got there? We got something
a little tornado, because he can do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Bishop Sankey coming out of the University of Washington, huh, Money?
Out of Washington, broke a bunch of records there. Broke Corey Dillon's single-season rushing record, Napoleon Kaufman's career touchdown record. So some names, no doubt, familiar to most watching right now. Tore his ACL back in 2017. Said he's just starting to feel okay. And here on the end around comes Dantes Ford. And boy, the Iron were ready for that one.
That's the play that you draw up. It looks really good.
It really looked good on the board.
It looked great on the board. We're going to fool him with this one. We're going to have this guy come. He's going to step up and come around, and we're going to get the edge until the guys start moving.
Well, this Iron defense, it's big and long, and they can run, and they do a nice job of staying with great leverage extension and playing off the block there.
Again, you go from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 5.
They've been majoring these the last 2 series, but they overcame it last time.
Now just 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Quick throw, way low, intended for Brian Brown.
Yeah, Mike knows he missed an opportunity there.
The way this defense is playing is really showing why Coach Lewis helped Rod Woodson get to the Hall of Fame. I mean, he has his guys playing lights-out, sound defense. That Pittsburgh defense you were talking about, right, Coach? Coaching matters.
So see if Hagman can put this one through. So far, he has made his only attempt from 36 yards. This one going to be from 47 left hash. And snapping, no good. So Hagman comes in 11 of 13, now 1 of 1 today. Missed one last week.
You know, he made the one that counted last week. He made that game winner, but that's getting further and further away right now, Money.
That would have tied it up. Hagman out of San Diego State. May get to how he found his way onto the Fleet. And I see you looking at the monitor there, Maurice, out on the field.
Yeah, a little concerned. Is Price okay?
I think Price is okay. I think let's see how this series goes when we get to the half, and then I think we'll see a decision made with the Iron going forward at halftime.
Now Coppridge in at running back. Perez wrapped up, just throws it into the ground. We got a flag. That looks like Shakir Soto, who was in on that tackle.
Right now, this Fleet defensive line is teeing off on every drop back pass of the Birmingham Iron. They have to, going to have to adjust a little bit at halftime, I'm sure.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense number 93. Intentional grounding. Offense number 12. Both penalties offset. Repeat, first down.
Alex Barrett there committing the hands to the face infraction. So replay at a 1st and 10. Perez again, 9 of 13, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, but just threw that interception on the last series. Neither team able to run the ball all that effectively. The Iron 9 carries for 34 yards.
You know, 83 of those yards on one play, so we got to, right?
Now they come in 8th in rushing average per game, just 68.8 yards per contest. Again, play action for Perez. And he wants it all, pushing downfield, has a man, but well off the mark for LaDainian Washington, who had his defender by 2 steps.
Yeah, I don't know what happens with LaDainian here in Washington on this play. He's out front. He's got a ball. He's got to go get the football now.
Well, I think the ball is put in this area instead of being in this area, and that's the concern. Once he gets past him, that ball has to be out and towards the numbers. You can't throw him to the safety.
Yeah, you really
want
the
other corner coming.
Yeah, he wants to throw down that. That's you're right. You just want to throw down the same hash. He's got to throw down that same hash. No question about that.
You know when you're getting there, you're right there about to tip on. You keep that face open too much, and it shoots to the right.
2nd and 10 now. Another passing down for the Iron left sideline. This one bounces off the hands of Jamal Robinson. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
You got to catch that.
Yeah.
And then the one thing I always try to tell young players about the game is consistency. I had my good friend Antoine Bethea told me, a coach once told him, if you're going to be a C player, be a C player every day. Don't be a guy that's going to come in some days, give me A play, then give me B play, then D play. Just be consistent, and we can work with you.
That was good ball location. Nice throw to the outside. Going to come up and make that play.
Neither team effective on 3rd down. 1 of 5, the Iron. 1 of 6, the Fleet. And this ball tipped and incomplete. Tarpley there gets his fingers on it. Missed the last 2 weeks, and he was the Week 3 Defensive Player of the Week, Coach.
Yeah, I mentioned that because his ability to play through the passing lanes, and you're going to see that here, his ability to drop, they're playing in the zone coverage, his ability to drop back in the zone and really read off the quarterback's eyes and goes up and deflects the football.
It's a game of inches.
Brooks going to fair catch this one after what happened last time.
I tell you what, I would not be back there. I'd be like, Coach, they're not blocking anybody. Why am I getting hit like this?
MJD went down, had a little conference with him.
A little bit.
A little conference.
No, I would, because I'm not going to fair catch it. I'll just let it bounce. I know coaches don't like that, but I'd be like, Coach, they got to block somebody out there in order for me to give you an opportunity to try to catch it.
45-yard punt, no return. You see Tarpley there. Probably the best pair of middle linebackers in the Alliance, Coach, between Tarpley and Ginda. He goes down. Ginda gets the Defensive Player of the Week last week.
2 very productive inside guys that can run inside out to the football. Do a great job with their footwork. It's a big series here for the Fleet to get points here before halftime.
Formation. Delayed handoff. There you go, Gardner. Get yourself 8 yards. Check that. That's Terrell Watson, the big back out of Azusa Pacific. My mistake.
Yeah, you can see the difference in their running style.
And size. He's got Gardner by about 50 pounds.
Coach, you had him. How was he?
Terrell's a big, strong man. He's got good speed, and Coach Martz even commented on that with us, the fact that he has great, straight line speed as well.
Here we go.
Watson stays in. See if he can get the 2 yards here. He does. Pushes outside. And rips off another 7 yards. Jamar Summers makes the tackle.
They've really been effective this season of changing their backs and letting one guy go, then coming in with the next guy after one gets a little change of pace to the defense.
Well, the one thing about Watson, too, if you can get him running on Summers and corners the whole game, that is the matchup that you want, because you're going to wear these corners down trying to tackle.
3 minutes left in the half here. Delayed handoff again to Watson. Lowers the shoulder, pushes the pile forward for a gain of about 2.5. Jake Payne there to make the tackle. Watson out of Azusa Pacific University broke all the records of one particular player that put APU on the map. I'm sure it's
Christian
easy to guess.
Okoye. In my first football game my daughter ever went to, she saw Christian Okoye playing.
Yeah.
Against San Francisco State.
Azusa Pacific and San Francisco State.
Andy Reid, offensive line coach. Dirk Cutter, offensive coordinator.
At APU. How about that?
At San Francisco State.
Oh, San Francisco State. Because Andy Reid from that area right there in Glendale.
Yeah.
Pass falls incomplete. Nelson Spruce,
Dirk
the intended
Cutter, my
target.
OC, was at Arizona State for a while.
Right.
He was in the Bay Area.
He was at San Francisco State.
No wonder he had those great play calls, man. Must have been the water he was drinking, Coach. You ever get some time up there up north?
Nah, just recruiting.
Back when San Francisco State had a football team. Used to compete with Cal State Fullerton, All those Long Beach State. Shotgun snap for Mike Bercovici. Time to throw. Has the out, and it's dropped. Hits his guy right in the hands, and Nelson Spruce can't bring it in. Ryan White in coverage.
Really a nice look here. We talked about Coach Martz and different protection schemes Mike Bercovici talked about. And here you see them moving the launch point of the quarterback here, doing a nice job of bringing the quarterback out and setting up and being able to throw one-on-one, and we just don't come up down with the catch.
Consistency. Make the plays that you're supposed to make. We just saw Nelson Spruce make a great play for a first down, and then you drop one.
Wobbly punt, takes a fleet bounce, though. And wrapped up at the 15-yard line is Devontae Felton. So they cannot sustain a drive as Spruce, normally sure-handed, lets that one go through. And it looks like we're going to get one snap in here before the 2-minute warning. It's a 47-yard punt.
You know, this is critical here for Luis Perez as he comes into this huddle. I think really see what happens, going forward in the second half.
Listen, maybe take a shot here, right, with the 2-minute warning, but then
you have nothing to lose.
Right.
Clock's going to stop.
Perez 5 interceptions on the season. So 2 touchdowns, both of those TDs thrown here this evening. And indeed, they will take a shot on the move and just throws it where only Washington can get his hands on it. But it ends up going incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. See what the Iron elect to do from inside their own territory, leading 12-9.
Here at Topgolf, the grass is greener on our side of the fence.
But you guys don't have grass.
True, but we have buckets of beer instead of buckets of balls. You like that? And our high-tech tee-offs let you know exactly how far you hit your 7-iron.
So I can bring my own clubs.
How else are you going to beat your buddy Dave? Now tuck your shirt in and put your spikes on. I'm kidding. In fact, go nuts. Bet on yourself, talk a big game, score high.
You mean score low?
Score however, because this is Topgolf. This is everyone's game.
Stay tuned for the Alliance All Access Halftime Report with Alex Flanagan, Rod Woodson, Terrell Davis, and Cynthia Freeland. They'll share the story of Fleet defensive lineman Alex Barrett. Plus, you get those fantastic and fun and informative Freeland facts.
MJ, did they ever put the camera on you when you didn't catch a pass or fumble like that?
Monday Night Football, yeah, Monday Night Football. Fumbled 3 times against the Baltimore Ravens. And everywhere I went, I felt like the camera guy was, I was like, bro, leave me alone. I'm trying to get back to the game.
I'll tell you a story after this play.
All right.
2nd and 10. Perez in trouble. Jalen Robinson with the pressure. And now a 3rd and 10.
There's no foul for intentional grounding.
3rd down.
Number 17 was in the vicinity. 3rd down.
But so when they would show the guy on the bench after, he was really disappointed because he didn't make the play. So on Monday, the team psychologist would tell me that, he's losing his confidence. It's like, Doc, he's going to be upset when he doesn't make a play. I don't care who it is.
Right.
And they put that camera right in his face. He's going to show some emotion.
Yeah, we call that mental toughness. You got to be able to handle all that comes with it.
1 of 6 on 3rd down, the Iron. Perez again under duress, rolling to his left, puts it up, has a man wide open. And out of bounds goes Wes Saxton, Kendall James in coverage, but it is a gain of 20, and Birmingham still with 2 timeouts.
All right, he's going to run a crossing route and kind of sit in this dead area once the zone clears out. And again, your linebacker steps up, coach. You don't teach that. As soon as you see pass, you're supposed to drop back and get vision. But your linebacker steps up and he gets lost, and that's how you get a 1st down.
Saxton came into this contest leading all tight ends in receiving yards with 154. He's got 2 for 24 in this one.
MJD, you don't want to have your quarterback's helmet looking like that.
Perez back to pass again. Quick trigger, left sideline, caught. Downfield, all the way to the Fleet 23. It's Jamal Robinson.
That's how you make
41.
That's how you make up for a drop there. Just run a go route. And we're going to give you an opportunity to go get it, find the ball, and track it. Most DBs can't track the ball. That's why they play defense. So this is an opportunity to get what most people call a 50-50 ball.
Adjust the game
on
clock.
offense, we call it 80-20.
1 minute, 25 seconds. And start it on the ready for play.
Yeah, for some reason the clock stopped there. I noticed. Take a look at this helmet there, MJ.
Yeah, it's all messed up.
That's not what you want for your quarterback. That's what your middle linebacker. You want him to look like that, but not your quarterback.
Especially when they're only rushing forward, too.
Perez now 11 of 20, 216 yards, and half of a white, half of a black helmet.
He's got a little pain
tough
on
man,
it.
tough man.
Right, a little bit on the shoulder there as well.
Yeah, tough man.
Passing down again, and Perez eludes pressure, uses his feet, slides down, and that's going to be a flag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody wants one of those. Eric Pinkins. And
yeah, I think the guy in the fourth row threw a flag too.
Oh yeah, that was helmet to helmet. A little bit of everything. Quarterback giving himself up, and you take the shot.
Yeah,
Perez gives the thumbs up.
Not a very smart play by the defender there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
You got to know your personnel here as a defensive
distance from the end of the
player.
run, automatic first down.
You know, Eric Pinkins, again, he got great speed and everything, but you got to, that's not a good play there.
And you know what? The one thing I can say is he knew he was wrong because he rolled over and he kind of laid there and he knew, I hurt my team in this situation.
Pinkins out of San Diego State. Play their games right here in SDCCU Stadium.
Can I tell you a story about that? We played San Diego State my third year in college. Great stadium. Loved every bit of that time.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it was fun.
What'd you do there, Maurice?
I scored on the first play.
Okay.
Then I had a punt return.
Okay.
Scored on another play. We won 42-7 or something like that. It was a great day.
Fond memories.
Yeah, Mercedes Lewis had a big day.
Trent Richardson in it back. Perez over the middle of the field. Pass complete. A.J. Tarpley there for the tackle. It'll go for 5 to West Saxton.
We're just going to have to pick up the pace here a little bit now. They got 3 timeouts left, but you're going to be inside of 40 seconds. We don't get going here.
Well, the one thing, too, Coach, we were talking about tight ends and Mercedes Lewis. This is where you want to utilize these guys when you have those red zone issues. Expect Sexton Jr. to have a big play coming up in this red zone.
Down to 30 seconds. Perez. And
take the timeout.
Patton there makes the grab, but just for a yard, maybe 2.
30-second charge timeout. Birmingham, they're second.
With the tackle.
You got the big third down here. The opportunity to put it in the end zone. And you already have the field goal.
24 seconds, please.
They have 1 timeout left. So again, everything's in play. They've got everything. They can throw it inside the field of play. They can throw it in the end zone for a touchdown. So the main thing is to be protective and make sure we protect our quarterback here.
That can't be done, bro.
See Keith Price there. He got the start, and he got hit low by DeMontre Moore and high by Shakir Soto. Left the game. Luis Perez comes on in relief in his hometown, born and raised in Chula Vista. And he has managed to throw a pair of touchdown passes. And head coach Tim Lewis just going with the hot hand.
And we talk about, one of the things that professional guys have to have is mental toughness. For Keith Price, you were starting, and you get knocked down. All of a sudden, you have to root the guy on because it's what's best for the team. That's mental toughness. Luis Perez, you're getting thrown all over the yard. You're getting banged up, but you have to stand in there and make a throw with someone bearing down you. That's mental toughness. That's what you have to have.
Big defensive stand here for the Fleet. Hold them to a field goal attempt and keep this a 1-score game.
You see, you got 4 strong over here to the offensive right side.
Perez under pressure, escapes, rolls to his left, hit as he throws, up for grabs, but has enough juice to get it out the back of the end zone. So out will come Nick Novak to attempt the field goal to make this a 15-9 game.
Ryan Moeller coming out of the sky, coming down to lay the big hit on the quarterback to force the ball out and make it incomplete.
It's the same pressure they ran earlier today in the game where they got the holding penalty earlier.
That is your punter and holder.
62 and 60 are eligible.
Nick Novak is not that swole.
Nick Novak on.
There he is. Missed already from 50 today. 7 of 10 on the season. Had a miss last week as well in the first quarter. This one just a 23-yard chip shot. And he manages to sneak that one inside the right upright.
You know, Money, I never thought any of those were chip shots when I was standing on that sideline.
It's tough, man. I remember playing in games, and we had one of the better kickers in the league in Josh Scobie when he was with Jacksonville. And every kick, you're like, please.
It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go into that drive.
Exactly.
I need you to put through.
But I do agree with Coach Mike Marks when he talked to us about how much he likes the two-point play. It adds another very exciting play. It causes you to have to coach on offense and defense, so it's great for this game.
I'm with you.
Here you go, set. The ladies.
So Berkovich, you're going to take the knee. And the Fleet will go into the half, trailing the Iron by 6. Remember, Birmingham won the toss. They deferred, forced a 3-and-out, and their reward will be the ball.
That's the end of the first half.
Coming out of the half. So again, the score at the half, Birmingham 15, San Diego 9. Following the break, we'll take you to our NFL Network studio for the Alliance All Access Halftime Report with Alex Flanagan, Rod Woodson, Terrell Davis, and Cynthia Freeland.
They can't stop us. They can judge or dismiss us, but we'll come back. Because you can't stop pride or power. You can't stop speed or spirit. You can't stop genius or passion. Or you can't stop coming together, anticipating, celebrating. You can't stop the players. You can't stop the places. You can't stop Sunday or Saturday. You can't stop football, and they can't stop us. The Alliance of American Football.
What an unbelievable play!
Oh my goodness. This one had a little bit of everything.
It's a great day. We got football, baby.
I got you on this one.
It's a pleasure, man. I like that.
He makes big plays.
What this guy brings is hope.
What does he need to do to win it?
That's priceless. You can't get that from a lot of people. Ready? I'm ready to go.
He was the can't-miss football player.
I'm coming hard. The guy has been able to do it all.
Can we talk football?
The NFL Draft is officially open.
Which team gets it right tonight?
Bang! What a catch!
It is all on the line.
The Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title.
Birmingham quarterback Luis Perez throws his first touchdown today in the Alliance to this guy, Trent Richardson, who scores his 9th touchdown leading the Alliance. It is halftime in San Diego. Welcome everyone into our Alliance All Access Studios. Alex Flanagan along with Cynthia Freeland, Terrell Davis, and Rod Woodson. And just to update you in case you missed the big headline of Week 6, Johnny Manziel is back in football, you guys. Johnny Manziel signing a standard contract with the Alliance on Saturday. He will play for the Memphis Express, who will actually host the Birmingham Iron next week. So, Rod, is there a possibility that we see Johnny Manziel in Week 7?
I would really doubt that you see him. I mean, having just 1 week of play and being the quarterback, I think you need a little bit more time. And I think you want him to have a little bit more time because you want to see if he can play in this league and if he can let that athletic ability come out of him.
I mean, you got to put him in a position to be successful, right? So he's just getting to the team. I doubt that he comes straight to the team and he's playing right away. Give him about a week or so. Selfishly, I love to see him play this week, but I doubt it really happens.
I think it's going to be like a quarter. I think we see him after. Yes, I think we see him next week.
It's a short season. It's a short season,
I know.
Isn't it?
We only got a few weeks left.
All right.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about this game, you guys, that Birmingham leading San Diego right now. And, TD, we were expecting Keith Price. He gets injured, and now Luis Perez is back playing quarterback.
He's back. You know, he came in today, and he just ran the offense. I love how he stood in the pocket. He made some professional throws. I mean, look at this. The timing was there. He escapes the pocket, throws the ball to Trent Richardson, who makes the play happen. I love the running by Trent Richardson. But right here, I really love what he does. He stands in the pocket, gets hit, throws the ball, anticipates it, and right here, Washington does the rest. He just high steps. You got to take this to the house, my man. You got to high step it, and he does that. So that helps your quarterback out tremendously.
Meanwhile, defense really has also contributed to Birmingham having the lead right now, Rod.
If anybody's back, this defense is back. It's been dominant all year long. Last 2 weeks, not so much. Week 4, they gave up 161 rushing yards. Week 5, they gave up 182 rushing yards. Today, only 27. And so they're making it. When they play well, this football team plays well. You see Perez is playing so much better. I think they have the confidence when that defense is playing swagged out like that. Yeah, this is the reason they can go on the road and win.
You want to talk about defense? Let me tell you a little bit about defense. If you didn't see the San Antonio Commanders playing today, well, they capitalized on just about every opportunity they had, scoring 20 points off turnovers. Or Logan Woodside looking pretty good when he needed to go into the end zone.
Looking good. This is the offensive player of the week last week, making this nice throw right here to Rodriguez. That is awesome for a touchdown. I mean, the guy just keeps the good play continuing.
And TD, everyone contributed, even special teams.
Yeah, right here. Watch this. This normally you'll say, just go.
Listen, this is Greg Ward Jr. He used to play quarterback for Houston. He's also from Tyler, Texas. You know who else is from there?
Who is that?
Johnny Manziel.
Just wanted to let you know. Connecting the dots, Cynthia.
Yeah.
It's a long run, so we have a lot of time to talk here, but let's talk about defense. So the Commanders made plays all day, making Aaron Murray pay time after time for mistakes.
I mean, 4 turnovers a day for this defense. This defense has, in the last 2 weeks, 9 turnovers. When you get turnovers like that, TD, you got to be able to score, and you can win on the road or at home. It doesn't really matter where you play. You can play in a parking lot. You're going to win football games when you get turnovers.
San Antonio wins that one 37-6. You saw Aaron Murray shaking his head. And Cynthia, let's talk about a Freeland fact. What comes out of that game for the Commanders?
You talked about swagged out defense. Well, we're going to go with 12 here. You said 9 in the past 2 weeks. Well, they have 12 turnovers in the past 3 weeks. That leads the Alliance, that catapults them above the iron, and that's the reason that they're winning football games.
You guys, after the break, we have a touching story for you from one of San Diego's players. Why he's aware all the time of who's not in the stands watching him play football.
There's not a time on that field where I don't think about my father.
Anywhere. Wow. Alex Barrett with the big stick.
Wow, and I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity that Alliance has given me. To be able to play football again, it's given me another opportunity to make my father proud.
Well, my parents met in Texas, then they moved to Washington. They had me at Fort Knox. They keep all the gold there. After that, we moved to Georgia for a couple years. Then we spent some time in Korea. Seaweed snack. Ew. And now we live here for good.
Our members call many places home.
Oh, lots of questions.
So we made owning a home easier. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
San Diego's defensive end Alex Barrett is back playing football in his hometown. However, unlike his college days at San Diego State, his dad is no longer there in the stands watching him play.
Second down, counter play for Buonio, who was hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped by Alex Barrett. This defense has forced 4.
It was May of 2018 when my father passed away. He was diagnosed with stage 4 liver cirrhosis, which was due to the cause of alcohol abuse.
Alex and his dad were very close. His father was his #1 fan. We were always at this stadium. We know the stadium like the back of our hands.
When I got the call with the opportunity to play football in San Diego again, it was very emotional to me, knowing that I'll be back in the stadium that my father once watched me play at. It was the last time he'd seen me play.
When he told me that he was going to sign a contract with the Fleet here in San Diego, it was a bittersweet moment because I knew that I would be there in this stadium with all the memories by myself without his dad.
Have turned the tide of this game. And that one not going anywhere. Wow. Alex Barrett with the big stick.
Wow, and we've been talking about these two outside.
There's not a time on that field where I don't think about my father. Even though addiction consumed my father's life, it did not define the man he was. He was caring, loving, loved to put other people first, and a great example to what I want to be in my future. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity that Alliance has given me. To be able to play football again and to be in this stadium, it's given me another opportunity to make my father proud.
He is hit in the backfield and wrapped up for a 2-yard loss by Alex Barrett.
Yeah, Alex Barrett just did a really great job knifing in there.
Great story about Alex Barrett there. San Diego in a battle. Let's look at the standings. First in the East, Orlando, the only team with 5 wins. A couple others chasing them. Looks like Birmingham maybe has a chance to catch them. And meanwhile, San Diego really in an important battle after San Antonio won today. You guys, they could tie for the division lead in the West with a win tonight. All right, second half coming your way. Birmingham leading 15-9 in San Diego against the Fleet. Stay tuned and find out how this one finishes.
With the first pick, the Los Angeles Rams select, the Cleveland Browns select, the Cincinnati Bengals, the New Orleans Saints select.
Want to win season tickets for 100 years? Tag NFL and hashtag NFL100 contest in an Instapic, video, or tweet and tell us why you're the world's biggest NFL fan.
All right, I like that. What this guy brings is hope. Yes, I love that.
What does he need to do to win it?
He makes big plays.
Can we talk football? Which team gets it right tonight?
That's what I'm talking about, baby!
The Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title.
You are watching the Alliance of American Football on NFL Network, where the Birmingham Iron lead the San Diego Fleet 15-9 at the half, with the Duke of Duval County for the better part of a decade, Maurice Jones-Drew, and 16 years at the helm in Cincinnati. Head coach Marvin Lewis, Matt Money Smith here. Coach, why don't you start us out on that Birmingham defense and how they've been able to stifle particularly the running game of the Fleet?
Well, they've hit their stride again tonight. They're winning on third down. They're doing a nice job, other than the one explosive pass play they have, of really doing a great job of limiting this Fleet offense.
And Maurice, an interesting quarterback situation for the Iron. Price gets hurt early, and Perez regains his job apparently.
Well, we always talk about being able to play within the moment and understanding what's going on. Price gets knocked down. Luis Perez comes in. He's in hometown, Chula Vista native. Family's there. You come out and you perform well, and all of a sudden, one play turns into 7 plays, turns into 3 series, turns into a half, And now all of a sudden you got this team rolling. If you can keep playing better or keep playing well, you'll keep your job.
And you see the first half stats here brought to you by the Air National Guard. Not a lot going on the ground for either team. Just 37 rush yards for the Iron to 27 for the Fleet through the air. 226 to 146. Time of possession, a full 5.5 minutes extra for the Iron. Each team with a turnover. Interceptions by both Perez and Mike Bercovici. Bercovici 8 of 17 for 146 yards and a touchdown. Perez 13 of 23 for 218 and 2 scores.
Tim Lewis, also the head coach of the Birmingham Iron, also coach the guy that helped Rod Woodson get to that gold jacket.
Longtime defensive backs coach in the NFL with the Steelers for a half decade.
Yeah, Tim came to us in 95.
Say Rod's play just started to flourish once he got there.
And the ball tipped and dropped. It's not a lateral, so we'll just go incomplete. Tipped by Demontre Moore.
The thing I like about it is always fun after halftime to come out and see what's the plan now coming back in this third quarter, both offense and defense. And you see Birmingham trying to come out fast, trying to make a play,
the game clock
with the quick screen there, which is almost like a perimeter run.
Thank you.
The one thing I never understood for offense is when you come out of the half, why not go on a hard count on the first play? Because those guys aren't really dialed into the game as well.
They're jacked up over there on defense.
You give them a little hut. All of a sudden, everybody's jumping off sides.
Pass-heavy offense for the Iron. 28 pass attempts to just 10 rushes. They'll keep that trend going here. This is a sort of extended run to Trent Richardson, who is upended after a single yard by Kendall James.
Yeah, you're right, Money. You're right. These check downs and flares, and this time a flare here out here to Trent Richardson. It is just an extension run. He's taking the first read. It's not there, and he's coming to his back right away.
That's the fourth catch for Richardson for 27 yards. Does have a touchdown reception at the first of his Alliance career. Has 8 rushing touchdowns coming into this one. You see the third down conversions, just 2 of 8 for the Iron. 1 of 7 for the Fleet. Been a bugaboo for both teams this evening. And Perez, this time, completes it to Quinton Patton. And that's going to be a gain of 10 and a first down for the Iron. See if they can sustain some momentum here and get a drive going, guys.
Quinton Patton has kind of been that go-to guy. Here he's going to run a wheel curl and curls up and catches the ball. Great job of catching and keeping the defender at bay, making him have to go through your body to get to the football.
Yeah, he did a great job of using his body there, Maurice.
Patton, 73 receptions for 880 yards and a touchdown in the NFL. Did most of his work with the 49ers. And now over the middle, and there's Richardson. How about that extra 3 yards with effort after being wrapped up by Tarpley?
You know, Coach Steve Logan talked about the fact that Trent Richardson now has got his body weight in control. He's doing a nice job of during the week of working and so forth and staying in this body, you know, and that will help him with his opportunity. If he gets another opportunity in the NFL to be able to stick around, Maurice.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's all about performing throughout the week. And I think the one thing that Trent Richardson didn't understand when he first got in the league is when you're a pro, you have to be a pro all the time. You can't be a pro 24/7. Yeah, you can't be a 45% of the time.
Now shot down the right sideline. Hauled in. Oh, just a simple pitch and catch between Perez and Robinson. Cameron Kelly there in coverage. It's a gain of 38.
I think Louise heard us up here saying, Louise, you got to throw the ball down the field, man.
Again, Matt Money Smith says it's simple pitch and catch. You know that the easiest throw in football is throwing the go ball because all you're doing is throwing to a spot and you're letting the receiver adjust to it. Great adjustment there by Jamal Robinson.
A nice job, though, with Luis Perez. Great ball location, keeping him pinned, and a nice job of the receiver staying down that red line, Maurice.
You know what that red line, 5 yards from the sideline, Coach.
Sixth play of the drive here. It's gone 55 yards. Low snap. Perez digs it out. Now rolls to his left. And he's just going to throw it away over the head of Richardson. 2nd and 10. Xavier Coleman in coverage.
Maurice, you could show him, you know, the fact, Matt, talking about that red line that you put on the practice field to keep those receivers to understand when they work the ball down the field.
Here you go. The red line, it runs just like this. It's about 5 yards from the sideline. So as a receiver, you're going to get out and you're going to stay right on that red line so the defender can't push you out of bounds, and you can leave space for the quarterback to drop the ball in.
Leaves all that space for the quarterback, like you said, to drop the ball in over the shoulder.
All 6 plays have been through the air on this drive as they make their way into the red zone of the Fleet. Rolling to his right, Perez going to throw it away. It'll be 3rd and 10. Pressure provided by Shakir Soto.
They're getting a lot of pressure from this left side, Coach.
They're getting a lot of pressure, Maurice. We talked about that the entire night.
Roughing the passer. Defense number 92. 15 yards, half the distance from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That's John O'Neill, our referee, and again, that was Soto in pursuit, so apparently something we missed.
Well, you know, when those D linemen, they got to run all the way around and chase you. They're going to put their hands on you. They're going to have to touch you because they're like, look, I didn't do all this sprint for nothing. Soto takes off, and look at him, Coach. Elbows, hands moving. Oh, you just can't drag him down.
You don't need to drag him down at that point, you know. They've really kept a couple of these iron drives alive with these defensive penalties.
Yeah, you had Eric Pinkins with the unnecessary roughness, and there's another one now from Soto. So it would have been 3rd and 10. Instead, 1st and goal from the 10. Richardson there in the backfield with his 8 rushing touchdowns this season. Another pass for Perez. Patton dancing. And he'll go out of bounds at the 3.5. Kendall James and John Lotulele with the tackle. It'll be a gain of 7.
It's really a nice job rotation of the defensive secondary by the Fleet there. They send the receiver across in motion, changes the strength of the defense to the offensive formation. The defense re-rotates, a nice job. Again, it's a positive play for the offense, but the defense defended it well in a zone defense.
Yeah. I'm going to have to look. One of the tackle, if you look at the left tackle, look how far back he is.
7 catches for Patton now. Now we got a running play. Richardson nowhere to go, though. He'll fall forward for maybe a half yard, if anything. Demontre Moore there waiting for the tackle.
Yeah, really a nice job of penetration once again by Demontre Moore. Not only is he been effective as a pass rusher, but here you see him slip the block early on and make the play in the backfield.
Well, Coach Marmay on our call said that we know they want to run the ball when they get inside the 5. Trent Richardson has the 3rd rush attempts in the AAF inside the 5-yard line. We have to bow up and play stout run defense down here.
Richardson so effective in the red zone, been bruising his way to pay dirt. 8 rushing touchdowns this season. On a 3rd and goal from the 2, it's Richardson again, and this time he's pushing the pile and he's in. Ask and ye shall receive. That's a good bit of analysis there ahead of that play, guys.
Well, every time we get a chance to see this iron offense and Trent Richardson gets that ball in his belly, the guy beside me gets really excited, Matt.
2nd touchdown of the day for Richardson. 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. Here we get another look at it.
And you have guys that's sticking on blocks, and then you have 2 guys in the same gap, Coach. You can't do that on the goal line. You have to fit your gap and get to your leverage to stop that. Now, Trey Richards is alone. Now, if you got to tackle him, and I tell you this, anytime a running back gets inside that 5-yard line, I don't care if you don't block anybody. He is going to score a touchdown.
I like the leg strength there of Trent Richardson that he displayed on that play. That was impressive.
Had Demontre Moore around his ankles, Tarpley trying to hold him up, took them both in the end zone. Now for 2, quick, and that is good. But there is a flag.
Yeah, they're going to call him for OPI there, Matt. They blocked more than 2 yards down the field in order to create this play.
This is the play made famous from the New Orleans Saints. This is what they know. Coach.
New Orleans Saints, Green Bay Packers, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Everybody likes to run this play. Why didn't y'all run it, Coach? You know everybody likes to take it away.
Everybody likes to take it away. Everybody has that play. It's just a matter of the timing, though, of the blocks and whether the defense gets up on you.
Result of the play was a touchdown. Offensive pass interference. Offense number 85. Retry from the 12-yard line.
Is Colin Thompson, the tight end, you'll see here.
It's tough. Guys are going in the block, and the receiver's going to kind of catch it and roll in behind them. It's a tough play to stop, but you can't block. You have to act like you're running around. You have to be great actors.
Well, he wants to get there and just run his feet and let the defender run into him. He can't initiate the contact like he does.
And that's what the coach tells him. What are you doing? Why would you go and hit him? Okay.
Thompson Most recently played some preseason games with the Bears. So now they'll try it again for 2 from the 12 after the 10-yard penalty. And now Perez going to be dropped. Ooh, he got a high load there. Alex Barrett with the big hit up top as Jalen Robinson had him down low. So touchdown, no two-point conversion, but Birmingham extends their lead over the Fleet to 21-9.
Nothing comes easily. That's what happens in golf and in life. I'm very fortunate that I can lean on people, and that for me is what teamwork's all about. You can't do everything yourself. You need someone to guide you and help you make those tough decisions. That's Morgan Stanley. They're industry leaders, but the most important thing is they want to do it the right way. I'm really excited to be part of the Morgan Stanley team. I'm Justin Rose. We are Morgan Stanley.
Skycam is brought to you tonight by Wheels Up. As we get another look at Trent Richardson, he's got 10 carries for 27 yards and a rushing touchdown. He's got 5 receptions for 33 yards and a receiving touchdown. That is 15 total touches for 60 yards and 2 scores. And you see most rushing touchdowns in the Alliance, and no surprise, guys, most touchdowns, period, in the Alliance.
Oh, can you say MVP?
He said beast inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
3-yard line.
Rolling right on the play action. Berkovici, middle of the field. On the crosser. Has his man Brian Brown for a gain of 12. Bradley Sylvie with the tackle, but there is a flag.
Holding. Offense number 62. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
It's Jeremiah Colonnay, the center.
You're going to see it as the defender starts to pull away. You have to let him go. And again, these are certain ways. You're doing a great job. Now let him go. As soon as the defender throws his hands up, the ref is going to call holding every time.
So instead of a gain of 12, it becomes a 1st and 20.
Here we go. Blue 80!
Now pitch. This is Gardner. Bounces outside. There goes some positive yardage on the ground. That's a gain of 11.
Great patience there by Gardner as he allows the lineman to get in front of him. And then he pushes him into the corner to create more space so that he can get extra yards.
That one carry now over a quarter of the rushing total for the Fleet. They have just 40 rushing yards right now.
Coach Marks used the term instant burst.
Yes.
And he does a nice job of patience behind the blocker and then boom, burst.
Now on 2nd and 7. Berkovici hit as he throws. That one nearly picked off. Matthew Wells was there, had it at his fingertips, but it falls incomplete. It'll be a 3rd and 7.
We're seeing a variety of protections from the Fleet offense, and again, because this iron defense is doing a great job up front of isolating and winning one-on-one battles and getting pressure on the quarterback on these dropbacks.
Just have not been able to convert on 3rd down. 1 of 7 on the season coming in. 3rd in the league, converting nearly 40%. The Iron, however, number 1 at preventing. So that strength is tilted in Birmingham's favor. Wide open, Berkovici has a man. Dantes Ford breaks a tackle. Left sideline, stiff arm. Still headed to the end zone. Dragged down again inside the 5 by Joe Powell. That is 2. And Ford may be injured.
Tackled. The way he got tackled kind of got rolled up on a little bit.
For an injured offensive player.
Yeah, he got rolled up on because at first I thought maybe it was his pride, but I think he got rolled up on in the back of his legs.
He comes wide open again, running a corner route. Kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
You like the confidence, though, of Mike Berkovici there, standing there in that pocket there and delivering that throw. When he let go of that ball, it looked like a confident throw.
And how about Ford making a couple guys miss and then try to show that burst to get out of there, gets tripped up a little bit, and yeah, that leg, the back of that leg kind of gets rolled up on.
Yeah, the Iron defense, though, got to continue in their pursuit lanes. They kind of relaxed a little bit down the field, and he made the tackler miss on the sideline. Then they didn't get him pushed out of bounds.
Pitt Panther is averaging just a shade over 60 yards per catch today. 3 grabs for 182 yards.
You know, sometimes, though, Matt and Maurice, you know this as well, when your offense isn't quite clicking like you have to have some of these explosive plays in order to get you going and keep you in the football game, and they're manufacturing these tonight.
There's 2 ways to get explosive plays. One, the player just being explosive like we saw in Ford, making guys miss. And the other way is, like you said, try to manufacture them, try to draw them up and get guys to come open.
I was just about to say, as I see Terrell Watson go over there to tap Ford on the helmet, got to believe that Mike Martz wants to get something going in the rushing game. Here you got a 1st and goal from the 2. See if he can get a rushing touchdown for Watson in his 250-pound frame.
I think they're going to do the play we saw in the first half.
Same thing, little tight end action.
Little tight end fake to the flat, right? Yeah, right to the flat.
Well, why not? It's not been defended yet.
You're exactly right.
I used to always tease Terrell that he'd be a great linebacker. I could make him a great linebacker, though.
But you're an offensive guy, Coach. That's the funny thing. Everybody thinks Coach Marvin Lewis is a defensive coach. No, you're a quarterback.
I was a quarterback.
In this stadium, I want to see some
throw is a screen.
I want to see some Nate means business from Terrell Watson. That's what I'd like to see on this 1st and goal from the 2.
All right. This might be a tone setter. You're saying the tone setter, Matt.
All right. A trail by 12. Cut that in half with a touchdown. Digging it even more with a 2-point conversion. On set eye.
They set the formation the other way.
There's Watson. Puts his foot in the ground, and he's in. 2-stop lead.
Hey, nice job! I really like that play, a design cutback play for Watson. You let him get to the soft area of the defense and then put his foot in the ground and run downhill on a safety.
Yeah,
it's
really
going to kind of wind back, and you're going to have guys blocking and picks it up perfect.
So literally, it's the same inside zone blocking and give him an opportunity to run off the cut.
Here we go!
Gotta run the same play.
Now they're offset. Got a little bunch.
And Burko completes it. There's your Marcus Baugh.
That's what I'm talking about, Don.
So got a little bit of each.
There we go. There we go, man.
And now San Diego with the answer.
Let's go.
And they cut that lead to 4.
So with the last drive.
Now here you go. Terrell Watson, no stranger to the end zone, had 79 while he was at Azusa Pacific. Gets his first one here. And they cut the lead to 4 of the Iron. NFL Total Access, your live nightly home for off-season NFL coverage with all the latest news and expert analysis. NFL Total Access, weeknights at 7, live on NFL Network.
Hey, Money, you know that's how MJD's getting home tonight. Wheels
up. That's right.
Got to stop.
That's right. MJD.
Can't be telling everybody my business now.
That's all right. Be proud of that business. It's a good-looking bird you fly there, Maurice.
I'm like TD. I get in the pilot seat and I let the pilot fly.
So Perez stays in after the early injury to Price at quarterback, who got the start here tonight. Under pressure, dumps it off to Richardson in time, and Richardson able to get 4 yards out of that, nearly 5. Travis Feeney had him in pursuit 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Maurice, his acceleration is impressive once he gets the ball in his hands. When he makes up his mind to go up the field, his acceleration is rare.
Oh, for that size, he has great quickness, and he can get the top speed. And he's tough. He's a big guy, and he's tough to tackle once he gets going.
No, when he's out there running on these DBs, it's a business decision.
Well, Coach, you played against him when he was with the Browns. How'd you guys stop him?
Make sure we had more than one guy there to tackle him.
Yeah, I hear you. Gang tackle, the old-fashioned way.
Linebacker Travis Feeney is the man who is down out of Washington, and he piled up 248 tackles As a Husky, 16 sacks, 4 interceptions, 1 went for a TD, 34 tackles for loss. So, no doubt, Coach Martin going to want to see him back on that field sooner than later.
Oh, and you know, he ran the fastest 40 in the combine when he was there as well.
As a linebacker, yeah.
You know, he was drafted in Pittsburgh and then spent time and played for New Orleans. So this guy, you know, is still young in age and has an opportunity, if he continues to play well, to maybe get a second look at.
Iron has dominated the time of possession, 22-11 to just 13:53 for the Fleet. Perez back to throw again, has a man open in the middle of the field. That's Palmer. Flag is down, though. And we'll see what John Lewis has to say. John O'Neill, our referee, has to say.
Offense number 62. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
So
that's an NFL throw right there. That's what you want to see from your quarterback. Guys are all around your feet. You step into the throw and you rip it into the receiver. The more you get that Luis Perez can do that consistently, the better this Iron offense will be.
And that's what the coaches are looking for from him. They want to see him throw in there, stay with pocket stature, and deliver catchable footballs down the field. You know, I said that if the field gets check it down every play, it's like you're playing on a 150-yard field, Maurice.
Well, it depends on who you're checking it down to as well, Coach. You know, if you got Brian Westbrook or other guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield with Alvin Kamara, I think the field may be 60 yards.
Play action for Perez, dumps it off to Richardson, cuts back, and dropped from behind. It is a gain of 7. Jalen Robinson in on the tackle. Robinson out of Purdue, the son of Big Dog, former #1 pick of the Milwaukee Bucks.
It's a positive play there by Luis Perez, getting the ball out to Trent Richardson, and then he accelerates upfield. Nice gain there, gain of 7 yards, 3rd and 9.
Great hustle there by Robinson as well, rushing the passer, then getting back out, getting to make that tackle. Every play is on your resume. Remember that.
So on 3rd down, 4 of 10 now for the Iron. And Perez nearly goes down and manages to get rid of it. Goes up for grabs, intercepted. That was the old saying, Coach, don't make a bad play worse. Demetrius Wright with his first interception of his Alliance career.
You know,
the ruling on the field was the pass was intercepted by San Diego for a first down.
Inexplicable decision-making there. Just threw it right up for grabs, guys.
They've done a nice job of overloading the Iron offensive line there with 3 guys on one side of the center and then bringing the 5th rusher. And again, beat the protection and makes him make a bad throw.
John Lotulele with the pressure. And wrapping him up, forcing the interception. Second one of the night for Perez now to go with 2 touchdowns. Handoff goes to Gardner. He'll pick up 3. Be a 2nd and 7.
Gardner, the ball carrier.
Going back to Luis Perez, you've had a couple of really good plays in a row. Decision-making is huge right now. So I want to figure out, what are you going to do as a coach? Are you going to go back to Keith Price, who started the game and got knocked out? Or are you going to keep Luis Perez in there and see how he's going to respond?
Well, they're not worried about, it's not how he responds. They're trying to win this football game, so what gives us the best chance?
Berkovici, pocket holds up. And through the hands of Nelson Spruce. Beniquez Brown in coverage there, so now a 3rd and 7.
Threw a little fastball there, Nelson Spruce. You got to make those catches.
3rd and 7.
You have an opportunity to showcase. You come wide open off a great route. You have to make those catches.
Let's go!
Yeah, just the ability to throttle down and focus on catching the football.
On the sweep, trying to cut upfield and nowhere to go is Brian Brown. Brown on Brown there. Beniquez Brown with the tackle.
Yeah, they tried to be a little tricky there, you know, to hand the ball off on a 3rd and 7. And the Iron defense, again, does a nice job on the perimeter edges, scrapes over the top, defeats blocks, and holds leverage on the football.
Charge timeout, San Diego. They're first of the half.
And that is the first series without Dontez Ford, whose return is questionable with an ankle injury. We'll take a timeout with the Fleet here. Birmingham leads 21-17, a 4th and 7 for the Fleet when we return.
Nothing comes easily. That's what happens in golf and in life. I'm very fortunate that I can lean on people, and that for me is what teamwork's all about. You can't do everything yourself. You need someone to guide you and help you make those tough decisions. That's Morgan Stanley. They're industry leaders, but the most important thing is they want to do it the right way. I'm really excited to be part of the Morgan Stanley team. I'm Justin Rose. We are Morgan Stanley.
So decision time now for Mike Marks. Donnie Hageman's missed a field goal already here tonight.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So they will go for it on 4th and 7 here, kind of in no man's land.
Here we go, here we go. Down.
Quick snap. Berkovici, middle of the field, has his man right on top of the 10.
Yes,
right
sir.
seam, Gavin Escobar with his first catch of the day. It goes for 23 yards.
And that is the toughest pass to defend. The back shoulder fade up the seam. Escobar's going to get to the inside of the numbers and run up the seam. And all Berkovici's going to do is just give him a back shoulder, just throw it right behind his ear so he can go up and be able to play basketball. And that's what tight ends do. They go up and play basketball, catch the ball, use your body. Great call.
Yeah, you know, number 20, Max Redfield, wants to funnel him inside to that free safety, MJD.
Hey, double duel. Blue 80.
Berkovici to Watson. What a grab. Still alive. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown. He was not touched when he went to the ground. Good awareness by Watson for the score.
That's a really nice catch by Terrell there. Nice catch, and you can see his excitement. That's great. It's great for him.
I mean, anytime you can get a guy, we're going to clear everybody out. We're going to try to bring everybody this way. And we're going to get our running back in space. But you see that catch? That layout?
Let's see whether or not.
Coach, what is going on?
Beniquez Brown has got to get over there and touch him down. Don't be relaxing.
He was up when he got 2 hands on him.
You know, the last 2 drives, again, there's been some mental errors in effort.
Berkovici now 11 of 22 for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stretching it out. Watson, can he get the corner? And he can't, so the 2-point conversion fails. San Diego, though, gets back on top, 23-21 over the iron. It'll be Birmingham ball, looking for an answer. Will Luis Perez be back out to quarterback the iron when we return? We'll find out.
That makes sense. So if I bought it for a business I started, I'm able to deduct it?
Yes, that's definitely a deductible expense.
That was really helpful. Man, I love technology, but it is infinitely better with people. Sometimes you just need that real human touch, you know? A little bit of empathy and understanding. Like I was saying, humans and technology working together.
You talk too much.
TurboTax Live, now with CPAs on demand.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, and no wandering a car lot. This is your rental counter. And this is you, already on the road. With Turo, this is compact, standard, and full size. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
Well, following his second pick, Luis Perez back out to quarterback the iron. Took over for Keith Price, who was injured early in this game, but now it is a coach's decision to go with Perez. Just a bloodied lip for Price. Koprich in it back now in place of Richardson on this drive. Perez to throw. And underneath for LaDamian Washington, who picks up a quick 9. Xavier Coleman with a tackle.
Yeah, I'm going to attack this Fleet defense through the air with Washington and Patton, because those are and Robinson as well. Those are my big playmakers right now in the passing game. Is getting the ball to the outside, throwing go routes, comebacks, different route combinations, and getting those guys one-on-one with corners.
Coach, you surprised we're still rolling with Perez here instead of Price?
Well, I think he's, like we said, he can't make the mental error, and sometimes just take your medicine, take the sack.
Now Coppridge with the carry, needed one, picked up 6 actually, before Tarpley and Feeney combined to bring him down. Good to see Feeney back in there after that injury earlier.
But only the interception throw was a bad decision, but the other throws, he stood in the pocket, as Maurice said, and he's thrown poised plays. They got the holding penalty, they brought him back on one. This last first down completion was an impressive play. So this is the quarterback who's their starting quarterback, so they're riding with him right now, and his opportunity to continue to win this football game.
Perez is a winner. He escapes, throws it away here. Pressure by DeMontre Moore. Mention a winner. He was a Division II champion at Texas A&M Commerce.
No foul for intentional grounding. Number 17 was in the vicinity. Second down.
Man, I will say though that you have to protect the quarterback. They lose their left tackle tonight. They're swinging their right tackle over. Their offensive line has already been beat up. So they're going to have to do some things to give them a chance when they get to these situations where they have to hold on to it a little longer to give him a chance.
Again, I keep saying it just because the stat monitor right in front of us tells the tale. It's 39 passes to 13 rushes. Just so out of balance. It seems like these pass rushes are just teeing off. There's a run, as mentioned, at Coppridge, and it goes for no gain.
Now, Matt, though, the defense is thinking, okay, second and long, just do an incompletion. You're going to come back, and chances are it could be a draw. You know,
and that is Kolo Amatangi, who's down
for an injured defensive
You probably hear the defense yelling, draw, alert, draw, right, Maurice? You want them to change the play?
When I first got in the league, that's all I heard. Draw screens, draw screens.
To 3 minutes.
I'm like, how do you guys know? What is going on?
Thank you.
Later, I found out that only times I would come in the game were either to block run draws or catch screen passes, so it happens.
The defensive guys need love too. You know, they smart. They study.
I don't know if they're smart.
They study.
They react very well.
They study. They can learn.
You have a guy talking in the Mike linebacker's helmet too half the game.
Well, see that came way after me ever calling defenses.
Meffy there.
I could have been dangerous with that.
I wish I could have heard some of the calls the coordinator telling the quarterback, because I'd have told him don't run that play.
Check, huh?
Yeah, check. Alert.
On third down, the Iron tonight, 4 of 11. You see the average there, off schedule, 6.5 yards. Near midfield, trailing by 2. Perez to pass, and dumps it to Coppridge. Nowhere for him to go. As he'll gain just a yard. They needed 7. Ron Brooks there for the tackle.
Yeah, nice job, guys. You see the vertical pass rushers coming here by the Fleet defensive line, and Luis Perez is, they're playing the 2-deep zone.
The one thing is that these linebackers in the nickel corner, they all sink to the sticks because they know most offensive coordinators are going to run routes to the sticks.
Now, after making the tackle, Brooks going to have to run back and return this punt. Instead, it will bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
I bet you Brooks was like, woo, good job.
Well, again, the Iron have done a nice job of downing punts inside the 5-yard line, and they didn't get that one down there. That's an error. You know, it's a field position error because they really had a chance to pin the Fleet down in there.
And there you see your punter, Colton Schmidt, a little upset.
So I would get a call from the psychiatrist on Monday.
Because he's on camera?
Yeah, because
he's upset on camera.
Well, he doesn't know this is an emotional game. There's ebb and flows.
Get a call.
Sometimes we're going to be happy. Sometimes we're going to be sad. Email.
Terrell Watson back in following his rushing touchdown. He'll take the handoff, and he's got a lane on that right side outside the tackle. It's a gain of 6. Brings up a 2nd and 4. And now leads this team with 6 carries and 29 yards to go with his touchdown.
I really like this run play. They do a really good job of blocking everyone down and pulling around and getting up on the second level. And you're getting your big 250-pound back in space getting tackled by corners again.
Set! Formation now. Handoff again to Watson, and there's that brute strength, all 245 pounds of him. Needed 4, got 5 before Jeremy Falk brought him down.
Little fullback lead here on the linebacker. It's going to fall right behind him and read it.
Yeah, it's a nice job by the guard and tackle with the slant inside, isolation. The fullback slides outside, picks up the unblocked defender.
Now 56 yards on the ground for the Fleet. Run it again. Watson again. At the line of scrimmage. Talk about pushing the pile. There you go. Gain of 4.
This is what Coach Martz and his staff have done, is once they've gotten the lead, they've done a nice job of going into their running offense and then interchanging these backs. So now Terrell's now they're going to bring, Gardner in here now. And run that little counter play, and he's going to jump behind those big guys, and they're going to lose sight of him, Maurice.
He may go 83 on you again.
See the back there of left guard Damian Mama, who's back. They say he is their best run blocker. Out last week. Now Berkovici to throw, and that one's picked off. All that positive momentum. Jamar Summers ends with the interception, the 3rd of his Alliance career.
That's one of the guys that in this Alliance this season is earning an opportunity, Matt, to get back into the National Football League. He's college free agent last year with the Steelers, and he's really putting legitimate plays on tape of him playing on the football, his coverage ability, and his ability to stick his nose in there and tackle people, and there he comes up with another interception.
There's certain guys in the league, and we always talk about matchups that you don't throw the ball at. Well, in the AAF, it's Summers. Jamar Summers is a guy that he's continued to been around the football. When the ball's thrown his way, he's always somewhere in the vicinity. I'm not going to try him as much as other players on the defensive side.
And his key is he's 23 years old.
You like those young guys, Coach.
Perez takes his shot just outside the reach of LaDainian Washington.
And there's another young guy in coverage right there, guys, who did a great job. Obviously, Cameron Kelly last week and coming up with the 3 interceptions. But these are the guys that are going to kind of spring up and get opportunity in the NFL training camps after this season.
Kelly there swats it away just at the last moment. You mentioned 3 big interceptions last week. One went for a touchdown.
6'2", 207 pounds, okay, the way he's listed. You can't draw that up. That's an NFL premier cornerback size.
He was your defensive player of the year at San Diego State in 2017. Second and 10 now for Perez. Trent Richardson back in at running back. And this dropped over the middle of the field by Quentin Patton. Coverage by Ron Brooks. So a 3rd and 10.
The one thing we always talk about, too, Coach, with these young players, the AAF has given them an opportunity to have live reps.
Yes,
you cannot get that anywhere else. Or if you're on the practice squad of a team, guess what? You only get to practice. It's not live. I need you to run what the other team's running. It's hard for you to work on your stuff to be a better player. The AAF has given all these players an opportunity to get practice reps in and then get live reps that you can see and coach and scout.
And they're getting video that the entire NFL can see.
So a 3rd and 10 for the Iron. Perez with a flag down intended for Palmer. Goes incomplete. Cam Kelly in coverage. John O'Neill, our referee, here with the call. And the Fleet have repeatedly made mistakes on 3rd down to extend drives.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Illegal defense. Both linebackers blitzed. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
You can only bring 5.
Well, it's not only that you only can bring 5. You only can bring 1 of these 3 guys because they're off the ball.
Yeah.
So in this situation, you're going to get 2 guys rushing in, and that's something that they don't want.
So instead of a punt following the interception of Berkovici, it's a new set of downs in Fleet territory all the way to the 37.
The defense is doing a really good job, and again, that's a schematic thing more than it is a mental error.
Luis Perez, stay poised.
Richardson to his right. Perez now will keep it and run. He's got a lane, slides down just shy of the first down marker. Will depend on the spot. Looks like they're going to give him the extra yard. And that will likely bring us to the end of the third quarter.
You got to feel good about this for the Birmingham team. With the interception and the turnover by Summers, now they go into the fourth quarter with an opportunity to go with the grab lead.
Well, already in field goal territory. See if they can convert this into a touchdown. After 3, the Fleet ahead of the Iron in San Diego by 2, but Birmingham is threatening with a new set of downs in the red zone.
It's a great day. We got football, baby.
You spoke my language right there.
We've got celebrity guests one after the other.
Hey.
What a way to start the day.
It's incredible. Ooh. That's why we're the best.
Monday on NFL Total Access, Thomas Jefferson. It's not history, it's the future of purple and black. Tony Jefferson on set, on Earl Thomas in, and Joe Flacco out. Monday, 7 Eastern.
Do it like it's 4th and inches. Every play is 4th and inches.
Today I'm here to celebrate the Lone Star Rangers and head coach Jeff Rabers.
Hey, Dak, you want to toss a few? Oh, there it is. Dak to Joe. That's the money ball right there.
1, 2, 3, Rangers. Hey, let's play football.
Good luck this year.
Appreciate it. You too.
Hey, what you bringing to football?
Freshness? You show how the ATL do?
Bring it. That way.
Can I bring my swag?
Superpowers?
Kill 'em.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring 'em.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They still going crazy.
Can I bring? Definitely bring that. They're bringing it. How about you? What are you bringing?
To 21, the Fleet lead the Birmingham Iron, but Iron threatening with a 2nd and 1 on the San Diego 28. Let's bring in our Hall of Famer, Rod Woodson, through 3 quarters. Rod, observations, what jumps out at you?
Well, I mean, Luis Perez, he has played extremely well coming back in after Keith Butler got pulled, after he got that hit. I mean, if you think what he's done, it's 22 of 39, 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Coach, how can you help a young player like that make better decisions inside of a game having those 2 bad interceptions?
Well, I think the first thing, Rob, we want to make sure we slow up the rush a little bit with the screen draws, that sort. But then we've got to protect him and make sure he does a nice job protecting that football.
Well, he has thrown those 2 touchdowns. First 2, by the way, of his Alliance career. Came in with 0 touchdown throws and 4 interceptions. Now he does have the pair of picks, which is what Rod alluded to there. And maybe a decision to make in the fourth quarter if he throws a 3rd. Keith Price started this game. He came in relief of Perez after the first quarter last week and ignited this offense, even though it ended up in a loss to Orlando. But right now, Perez has this Iron offense on the move. Richardson with the carry, has first down yardage, plows over a defender for an extra 4. Demontre Moore with the tackle there. Now Richardson, 32 yards on 11 carries.
Short yardage and goal line is all about mentality. And it's who wants it more at the end of the day. You can draw up the perfect play, and your players get blown back. Here, the Birmingham Iron offensive line, they removed the defensive line from the line of scrimmage and allowed Trent Richardson an opportunity to get moving going forward.
Following the interception, this drive now 4 plays, 28 yards. A big penalty extended it from being a 3-and-out to the end zone. Perez looking for his 3rd. He's got it. Touchdown Iron. LaDamian Washington.
Ball location, Maurice.
I don't know what to tell you, Coach. 6'4", and again, Cameron Kelly is 6'2", but you put the ball up there and out there for your big receiver to go make a play, and he makes the play.
Red line and ball location.
We've seen this route completed 4 times today.
Damian has been his go-to guy today. Now 4 catches, 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. He came in without a touchdown and 122 yards on the season.
You know, sometimes they're just playing that cat ball. I'm just going to throw the ball to that cat over there and let him go make a play.
Bunch formation right. Richardson to the left of Perez. Perez throws, and it
nice
is
job,
good.
bro.
Washington again to add 2 more. So the Fleet's lead was brief as Birmingham back on top, 29-23 in San Diego.
I'm looking for a lamp I'll love. One that can really, light up a room. There, I found the perfect lamp and shade at the perfect price. Here, at home, where you'll find every style with the biggest selection at the best prices.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity. Truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays. Unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
And that app, number 1, in both the Google and Apple stores. If you download it now, all sorts of features for you to find and enjoy. I speak from experience.
These 2 big receivers are having great nights tonight, man.
Well, one of them just caught a touchdown against a guy that had 3 picks last week.
Well, I'll tell you what, Washington in college at the University of Missouri was phenomenal. He was a phenomenal ball player. He just couldn't find a way to stick in the NFL, but he's going to find a way now.
Quan Gardner in the backfield. Berkovici throws to Ben Johnson, his tight end, who will pick up 7. Shaheed Salmon on the tackle. Fleet with 42 total plays. Iron 59 in this one.
Yeah, really doing a nice job of mixing things up. But the Fleet have run this particular bootleg about 3 times. They block the edge. This time they let the edge come free, and they dump it down.
Gardner continues to struggle on the ground. Less than 3 yards per carry, 6 for 17. And here he's going to lose ground again. And this has kind of been the story for the Fleet tonight. They get a big gain on first down, and second down they found negative plays. Beniquez Brown there with the tackle.
You're getting guys shooting gaps, and if you can't get to the second level as an offensive lineman, if you can't get off of your double team and get to the linebacker, there's no way for anything to work in the running game.
We know those linemen are taught to keep their eyes up so that when that linebacker attacks downhill, he's got to come off and go get it. Right.
Another third down for the Fleet. Burko lets it fly too high for Francis Owusu. Max Redfield there in coverage. And again, third downs plague the Fleet. Just 2 of 10 now.
That was a complete different look, MJD, of the last throw in the series before of Berkovich outside to the little sail route.
Yeah.
This was not a confident throw here.
And he let it go high as well. You got to give your guy an opportunity to go catch it. Not throwing it high across the middle, that's not an opportunity.
And on the return is Felton. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Positive yardage back to the Iron 30. 56-yard punt. Nice return there by Felt. Birmingham leads San Diego 29-23 with the ball when we return.
Here's the thing. 52% of guys experience erectile dysfunction, but 0% like talking about it. That's why we built Roman. For the first time ever, you can get ED meds prescribed online, shipped discreetly to your door. Chat online with U.S. licensed physicians and get FDA-approved medication, all in single-dose packaging. No more waiting rooms, awkward talks, or lines at the pharmacy. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
You see this season in the Alliance, we got 9 games. This will be the 6th week of competition. 9 games decided by 4 points or fewer. And in weeks 2 through 5, you had an average of 7 points. So 1 score contest. Last week, 2 of 4, half of them by 3 or less. Looks like we're going to have a tight one here, gotta believe. Happened last week between San Diego and Salt Lake as well.
It's a good look at Coach Lewis there, you know. Big decisions being made out here, and Luis Perez is is really doing a nice job for him tonight.
Takes the handoff. Can't go down. That is Jalen Robinson, the first man there. A loss of 10. Shakir Soto in as well.
I mean, these guys are just flat out getting beat, and you got to help them. Sometimes, Coach, you talked about it coming into the fourth quarter. You have to help this offensive line. Maybe it's a draw game. Maybe it's screens. Do something. Don't let these guys continue to rush up the field and beat up your quarterback.
Yeah, and you got to do it on early downs. You got to do it on first down. You can't do it when it's 2nd and 19.
Clock. Down to 5. Shotgun snap. Delayed handoff to Richardson. Get some positive yardage. We'll say 4. That'll make it a 3rd and 15. Tarpley and Kelly with the tackle.
That's what we were just speaking about. You know, when it's 2nd and 19, the defense is thinking. Yeah. MJD's in. It's going to be a draw or screen.
Or he block it. One of the two. See, I love a concept where you have a big, that 15 to 20-yard in-breaking route that you can hit the defense with, because they're not going to see. They're not going to think you're going to throw that. They're thinking draw a screen.
These 3rd and 15s are tough. We're going to let Matt call this one.
4 of 12 on 3rd downs. Perez does have 3 touchdowns thrown tonight. Had 0 coming in, but he does have 2 interceptions. And he's been getting some heat from this pass rush. Gets it again. Dumps it off. And Richardson lets that one fall incomplete. Ron Brooks there waiting for him.
Yeah, that hit hurt there.
You know, go ahead, Maurice. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, Coach. I was going to say, as a running back, and you're coming across, and you try to jump up for that ball, not knowing where that defender is, and he puts his helmet right in your back. Now, that doesn't feel too nice the next morning.
What I was going to get to now is we got 11 minutes in this ball game left. We know each team's probably likely to get 2 more possessions in this football game. And really, they have to be productive possessions. And that means, like we said, we're going to have to be good first down plays.
How about Brooks snatching that one out of the air on the bounce inside the numbers 40, near midfield, and that has been your most explosive punt returner in the Alliance this season. With a little bit of, I guess kind of like a rope-a-dope kind of deal.
You got some little get-back right there. You got a big hit the last time you tried to return a punt. Now you get a chance for the ball to bounce. And anytime the ball bounces, all the guys go out of their coverage lanes and their responsibilities, and you're able to try to make a big play there. Remember Deshaun Jackson against the Giants.
Right out the gate.
Right.
As soon as the ball hits the ground, everyone gets out of their lanes. You can pick it up and go and make something happen.
Went right down the tunnel, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he ended the game on that one.
Ended the game.
He had a big one last week against Salt Lake. Had a 57-yarder for a touchdown. That one went for 21. And now Bishop Sankey in to run the ball. He'll pick up 4. It'll be a 2nd and 6.
That run design, I'd love it for all the backs, because it's getting your running backs running on corners and safeties, and that's what you want. You're able to get your linemen blocking one way and getting up on the second level, and you're getting a really good running back in space.
Sankey, the Las Vegas Bowl MVP, 205 yards on the ground, 74 through the air when he was at Washington.
Hey, Bishop!
And this one, a quick toss to Sankey. Pick up 2. It'll be a 3rd and 3. Let's say 3.5, 4.
We got to listen in on quarterback Berkovici trying to get Bishop Sankey's attention now. Help me here now. Help me.
Here they come. Turn around.
Maurice, you ever play in a Las Vegas Bowl?
I have. We lost to Wyoming in that game. It wasn't our best showing, but it's okay.
You said Wyoming?
Oh, yeah, we lost to Wyoming.
UCLA lost to Wyoming?
Coach, it wasn't our best showing. I keep telling you.
That was the real windy one, wasn't it?
It was windy, and it was Vegas.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, really?
Hey, 55, 55.
I feel like Wyoming has been there before.
2 of 10 on 3rd down. See if the fleet can convert here. Berkovici under pressure. Lets it fly, and there you go, the flag. You heard Mike Berkovici yell out holding on Laquiviante Gonzalez. Beniquez Brown, likely flag for the infraction.
Number 55.
There it is.
Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
What you feel is the passion of Burko on these plays, too, as we get here listening on him.
Yeah, you're getting crossing routes and great communication. Grab him.
He just grabs him a little bit. Just tugs a little bit.
Linebackers always grab and hold, Coach. I tell every ref that when you play the game. Watch this guy because he grabs and holds.
Did you talk about that in the running back meeting room again?
Yes, we did.
Okay, all right.
Sankey back in it back. Berkovici locked in left. That's where he delivers to Nelson Spruce. That'll be a gain of 6. Corey Shepard there with the tackle.
This is a really good drive right here. You're slowly, methodically moving down the field, but I need Berkovici to take some shots down there and get to those deep throws, maybe a deep in breaking route or a go route down the sideline like we're seeing Luis Perez throw.
You know, and the big tight end, Gavin Escobar, has only one big target tonight, right down the seam, and made a big play on the 4th down play.
And their big play man, Dantes Ford, is out with that ankle injury. His 3 grabs for 182 yards. Berkovici flushed again, lets it go outside the reach of Laquiviante Gonzalez. Pressure by Casey Sales.
Speedy, 2!
It's a 3rd and 4 here now. This is again, the ball's right there where they're likely going to be in 4-down territory here at MJD. Ball's at the 40-yard line. This likely have 2 plays here. Coach Mark's likely to go for this.
And bring the big back in. Terrell Watson has a rushing touchdown here tonight. Berkovici off the mark for Escobar. Jack Tocho in coverage. What do you do here, Coach? You going for it?
I think they've already made a decision to go for it prior to the play. And, Tim Lewis loves Tocho. What Jack Tocho has done, he thinks he's really done a nice job. Well, I'm wrong again, I guess. Looks like they sent out the punting unit. He thought about it.
That's tough.
Still a lot of time left. 8.5 minutes.
It is a lot of time, but
as I said, they're going to get another possession.
You may, but understand, you may not get the ball in this type of field position again.
Well, neither team has really been able to sustain a drive. And a nice punt by Irwin Hill pins the iron all the way back inside their 10. Late flag, though. See what this is. John O'Neill, our referee, maybe pushes them back even further.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 58.
Will.
Penalty enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
Those kind of penalties now, those kill you on a fair catch.
Yes, so they'll have them pinned deep, see if the Fleet defense can come up with a 3-and-out, flip the field. They trail the iron, 29-23.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge-watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Beautiful evening in San Diego. Here's your game summary. Keith Price got the start, but after being injured, Luis Perez came in, led a touchdown drive, and he's been benched since. You see the numbers there for Perez, 325 yards. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, had 0 coming in, but a pair of picks. Berkovici nearing 300 yards passing again for the 2nd consecutive week, has the 2 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions.
I think bench is kind of harsh.
Yeah, that's tough, but I told you, I've seen this movie before. Coming home, family's there, spent all this money.
I think it's all those tickets he bought.
Yeah.
This is a big drive, though, for Luis Perez right here now.
Perez from Chula Vista, California, right here in the San Diego area, just up the road from where we are.
Let's see if they help him out a little bit on first down.
And he's just going to shovel pass this one forward. It falls incomplete to Richardson. 2nd and 10. Tarpley there to make the play.
You have to, to me, Coach, we're in 4-minute mode right now. We're trying to get as much time off the clock as possible.
Well, and I'm going to go back to the opening of the season when they beat the Memphis Express and what they did in that game with the nakeds, the bootlegs. Those are the kind of plays you got to get back and get after with.
You said it. You know, and the stats say it as well coming in. This is your dead last in rushing yards team on offense, just 68.8 per game. And it has been anything but balanced today. So back to pass, Perez. Throws it low. A safe throw, but incomplete to Patton. And now you got a 3rd and 10 from inside your own 5. Tarpley there again with the coverage.
There's no time coming off the clock. Understand, you have the lead, and your defense is playing really well. I'm trying to run the ball, and I'm trying to get out of here.
Well, the other thing that's happened now, we've had 2 incomplete passes, so the clock is stopped. So now the Fleet are going to even get likely another possession.
If they want
to,
yeah.
Coach Mark's making a great decision in punting the football if they don't convert this here, because now they're going to be backed up when they punt.
49-17 pass to rush ratio in play calling. Perez escapes, throws, has a man, but he's short. Felton there to make the grab, but Xavier Coleman stops him a yard short of the marker, so it'll be a 4th and 1.
Coach Marmy's got to be pleased with his defense here in this series.
They're just running simple cover 2, and he's just going to sit here and wait for the receiver to do what he has to do. As soon as he gets there, wham, stop him. Great job of limiting the yak.
And one of the things they're doing tonight is they're using Ronnie Brooks in there as that dime linebacker, if you notice that.
Well, now Brooks back to return this punt. Punter hit when he lets it go. Will there be a flag? Brooks now on the return. And this one's likely going to be a penalty against the Fleet, and this drive is going to be extended. Schmidt got hit pretty hard, and he let that one fly. Kicker. There it is.
Defense number 53. 5-yard penalty. Yardage results in a 1st down.
You know, we've got to put that into the mental errors that the Fleet have made tonight. And this is on special teams, but the 2 defensive errors, and now here we have another one.
Yeah, I don't know if you could call that, though, because he's getting blocked into him. Yeah.
Well, but he's got to understand, man, he's got to know the situation of the game. He's got to pull out of that. You don't have access to hit the kicker when his leg is up in the air.
7 penalties for 61 yards now for the Fleet.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when your job is to pressure the kick, and then you get pushed into the kicker. Yeah,
But when you don't have the opportunity at the block point, because that's what they've taught you to do.
You got to give up.
You got to go outside.
Yeah.
Remember, you knew that.
Coach, I just did the punt
It's
return.
a good player-coach conversation on the sideline after a penalty we got here in the booth.
MJD always takes up for the player.
Coach, I've never been a coach before, so I don't know how that thought process goes.
It's take up for the player, beat up on the linebackers. We're consistent money.
Oh, I'm just saying, linebackers hold all the time.
We all have our biases, right?
Yeah. You may not know this.
Officials timeout for an injured offensive player.
And that one just straight dropped by Richardson. And you were talking about just trying to get this clock moving, and that was a surefire completion. Well, inexplicably, Richardson just straight dropped.
51 passes to 17 rushes. What kind of balance is that?
Not.
How are we? I mean, I get it, we're winning,
balanced.
but in this situation, and again, we always talk about situational football, and I know Coach Lewis knows this because he coached the great Rod Woodson, and he taught him all about situational football. It's 4-minute mode. You got to turn around and hand this ball off and make those safeties and corners tackle.
I think Tim heard you there.
I know he heard me. He knows I'm talking to him.
Coach Lewis, a phenomenal defensive back coming out of Pittsburgh. 11th overall pick by the Packers. Fortunately had that neck injury in 1987, ended his career, immediately got into coaching, and has been in it ever since. 3+ decades worth, coaching defensive backs, defensive coordinator. How about Pinecrest Academy? His first head coaching job this past season before being hired by the Birmingham Iron.
Money, we all got to start somewhere.
Right?
We all got to get opportunity. Coach, where was your first head coaching job?
The Alpha Chi flag football team at Idaho State.
I told you.
There you go.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
1978.
I wasn't even thought about it then, Coach.
Play action here for Perez. And he's going to let this one go. Nearly intercepted by Feeney. Another ill-advised throw intended for Patton.
Again, money, though. We're taking no time off the clock.
You're telling me. Pressure provided by Kola Amatungi. I'm going to say that one again. Kolo Amatungi.
I mean, listen, this is one of the things as a player that always gets me. it's so easy for an offensive coordinator to call 3 pass plays in a row. But in this situation, you want to run the ball 3 times because at least at the end of the day, you'll run off a minute and a half of clock and you punt the ball back and put the pressure back on the fleet.
This is their 10th play of the drive, and they have taken 68 seconds off the clock. Perez lobs it up. Was that intercepted? It looks like Travis got his arms under it. That could be the 3rd pick of the night for Perez. They're going to rule it incomplete.
Ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. 4th down.
And it doesn't look like Travis is putting up too much of a fight. Let's get a look at it again.
Matt, you said the key word. They've 68 seconds, and now let's run off 10 more. So 78 seconds. And you know, it's tough that way.
Would you challenge this, Coach?
I didn't think there was enough there.
Yeah. The ball bounced. He didn't want to sell it either. Sell it. Give me a reason.
Because it looked like it was close to his finger when it came to the bounce. Brooks now to return. Middle of the field where he is hit just shy of the 45. 41-yard punt, 4-yard return for Brooks. Schmidt trying to sell contact again. Did not get the flag.
Oh, this time my guy John Lutalele, who was with me in Jacksonville, says, I'm not going to run into the kicker. I'm going to push you into the kicker this time. How about that?
He does a nice job. It's very smart, heady play by him there.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
You run into your guy.
There you go. Lutalele, the cousin of Star.
Give Joe Powell all he wanted there, boy.
Yeah.
Jaquan Gardner in it back. Berkovici to pass, and he's going to throw it out to Gardner right before he goes down. Nice play. Gardner dragged out of bounds, left sideline, but not before he picks up 7. Shaheed Salmon with the tackle.
It's a good job knowing where your check down is for Mike Berkovici, who again is feeling pressure. He steps up in the pocket, knows his check down is to the left, gets it to Gardner. Gardner's able to get you to 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 again. They've had a number of these tonight where they've had very positive plays on 1st down and unfortunately went backwards on 2nd down.
Can you take a shot here?
As bad as they've been on 3rd down, I'd just as soon move the sticks here, which is what they're going to do. Going into that last 3rd down, they were just 2 of 11. So now 3 of 12 on 3rd down. Tackled by Sylvie. That's a gain of 3. They needed 2.
Now you're in that shot range there, MJD. This is what you want right here.
You going to take a shot on 1st down?
You get a shot on 1st down.
You going to throw it at Summers?
No, I'm going to the side.
Okay.
There's Burko with the shot. And incomplete. Just a little bit high for Baugh, who could not haul it in. Got both hands on it. Falls incomplete. Been a few of those here today, guys.
It seems like Berkovici, he throws a high ball over the middle. And listen, as a receiver, you have to catch it. But I'm going to tell you what. Back in the day in the NFL, I played with a guy by the name of Donovan Darius. And if you threw a ball like that across the middle, he was coming in to hit you and everybody else that was around to try to release you from the ball.
Family feel is hit you so hard.
Yeah, that's right.
Get a little lead draw here, a little Fox 2.
Easy.
Whoa.
Get free 5 yards.
That's on them.
I think you heard Mike Berkovici there trying to change the play.
He's selling it.
Yeah. And his offensive people hear the cadence, and so they're ready to go. They may have drawn the defense off here, but we'll see what they rule.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 63. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
And let me give you the fans a little clarification. When you say easy.
And you see it there, Falk with the jump.
So when you say easy, you can't say it with the deflection of the hut. You have to be like, easy. Hold on. I'm about to change this thing up because all we're going off is off the inflection of your voice.
Berkovici climbs the pocket. Hit. Ball is out. On the ground. Still up for grabs. There's a scrum. And they say the fleet fall on it. And what have we said? 2nd down has been an issue for this team all night.
Yes.
Adeoye knocks it out.
Really nice job of him coming in and going after the football. You see the ball in the right arm and him working through, tackling with his arms and getting the ball out.
They're retracing, and that's the one thing that happens with the defensive ends. You get more sacks retracing your steps, getting back to the quarterback.
Terrell Watson in at running back, you see there. Berkovici just misses his man. Nelson Spruce. So a 4th down. What are we doing here?
Well, we know the last time around they punted from this exact same spot.
You hear Berkovici there asking Spruce if he slipped. 2 timeouts left.
San Diego.
So you got to believe if they're using a timeout, they're going for it, Coach. I would assume.
30-second timeout.
Well, we've seen in the first game we called, Coach, they use a timeout and they ended up punting the ball.
Yeah, they changed their mind. They called timeout in the first half when they threw the ball down the seam to Exabar. So again, I think they're making a decision here. You see Coach Rick Minner, the defensive coordinator of the Iron, and Coach Tim Lewis over there, and so everybody's talking it through.
What do you make of Berkovici's commentary there? Asking if Spruce slipped or if he came out slow.
Well, it was, again, one of those option routes where he's breaking back inside, and he needs to come on inside. Coach March talked about that on our call, the difference between man and zone, and whether you throttle down or you continue to chase after it, Matt, and go inside to get the ball.
Another thing is when you're running an ops route, how you cut determines the quarterback's type of throw. So if I'm going to cut hard across his face, he's going to throw you a bullet because he's reading your body language. If you cut soft and you kind of try to settle down, he's going to try to put it in your body.
They're going to go for it on 4th down here. You see the numbers on the season, 4-6. Berkovici back to pass, has a man, and they get the first down. Gardner with room, cuts inside, over the left hash. Before Redfield able to bring him down. So now 5 of 7 on 4th down, and you hear the crowd come alive.
What is your defensive player?
There's your Texas route.
You know what? It hasn't been covered all year, Coach. I'm going to keep running it. Great job selling it. You've been running the wheel route out of the backfield. Now you get Gardner to come back in, put his foot in the ground, break a couple tackles, and get a huge gain.
And it goes for 25.
When Coach March was the offensive coordinator there in St. Louis when they won the Super Bowl, the 2000 season, we opened up Kurt Warner's first game as a starter versus those Rams, and the cutting by Marshall Faulk on these plays, we weren't able to replicate those in practice. So when we got into the game, the cutting and the precision of the Rams receivers and backs and tight ends, they just kept making first down after first down. Even though we kept hitting Kurt Warner, they were completing the balls and making the first downs.
Well, Coach March said this too on our call, that the Iron run a similar defense. Obviously, Tim Lewis being there in Pittsburgh. He said, I've had a lot of success against that defense, Coach. How'd you feel about that?
Well, I wasn't in Pittsburgh then. This is Baltimore. This is not there.
Right.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Come on,
out
man.
there.
You trying to get me down
He was throwing a shot at you. I didn't know. I almost said something because you my guy.
Still have a defensive player down. This one looks serious. They're not letting him move at all as they're working on that leg. Still not able to get a look at what number that is. So I believe that is Jeremy Falk, their defensive lineman. And as they continue to tend to him, we will step away. San Diego driving, but they trail Birmingham 29-23, just under 5 minutes left.
Daily Batson. Say my name so my powers become yours.
Are you for real?
Say okay.
Fandango invites you to be the first to see Shazam.
Oh, snap.
With a special sneak preview on March 23rd.
That's crazy, right?
Can you leap tall buildings in a single bound?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Shazam, rated PG-13. In theaters April 5th. See it early with Fandango March 23rd.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Well, Berkovici and the Fleet, no strangers to late-game heroics. Remember last week against the Stallions, they needed some late-game action to come out with a win.
Trying to buy some time,
throwing it into the end zone. It's caught by Kenny Bell. Bercovici going deep up the left sideline. Pass is caught. Burko has a man. It's Dantes Ford. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. The Fleet win it.
And back here at SDCCU Stadium, that was the first walk-off in Alliance history. Hagman putting that ball through the uprights as the clock hits 0.
Those games can either make you old or young.
They always make you old, Coach.
Watson in the backfield now on 1st and 10. Bercovici to pass, goes to the end zone, has a man caught, score, Fleet.
Yeah, baby.
Francis Owusu from Bercovici, his 3rd touchdown toss of the contest.
And you know what? He threw that on Jamar Summers, too, as a guy who just picked him off. And again,
I liked his poise. Look at his poise in the pocket here, Maurice, and how he delivers this ball. When he left this ball go, you know he's making a great throw.
Oh, yeah, great route, too. Got the corner, turn inside, flip his hips, spin him back outside, create space.
And a little bit of revenge there for Bercovici. Summers got him for an interception earlier in this game. So this a big one. Looking to break the 29 all-time. Bercovici has a man, but he cannot get in. Good bit of tackling there by Ja'Cory Shepherd to keep this one tied at 29.
You gotta love these 2-point plays, though. It makes such an exciting part of this alliance.
It sure does. You see Luis Perez come out. He has struggled a little bit, but also some highlights in here as well. One of his 2 interceptions, and this one threw it up for grabs. Nearly threw another pick and a 3rd one. I should say it could have been a 4th one there.
Money, all those throws are the classic throws that you don't ever want your quarterback to make. I always tell him, you're going to keep doing that, you're going to be standing beside me.
But Perez has thrown for 334 and 3 touchdowns tonight. And now he's got his man Quentin Patton just past the marker on the left sideline. Brooks there in coverage.
You know, the difference in the timing here of the Alliance than the National Football League is inside of 5 minutes, when you go out of bounds, the clock doesn't stop until inside of 2. So, again, we're going to have to quicken our pace a little bit now. You know, we want to see if we can maximize the number of possessions we might need here.
Well, Coach, I think the Birmingham Iron are going to try to get as much clock down as possible and try to kick a game-ending field goal.
Now Coppridge in it back.
Better protect the quarterback.
Lets it go as he falls. Coppridge has it, breaks a tackle, and he's able to get serious positive yardage. How about 7 out of what could have been a 4-yard loss on a sack?
Yeah, it's still going to come down to they're going to have to protect the quarterback in order to win this football game.
They're getting immediate pressure right up the middle. I mean, the edge is coming crashing in, and guys are closing the pocket down up the middle. That's tough for any quarterback to do well.
Richardson back in on a 2nd and 3. Richardson 12 carries for 37 yards. Again, the splits for the Iron. 55 pass to just 17 run. Perez hands off to Richardson. Pushes the pile forward. He was right at that marker. We'll see where they suggest forward progress was stopped. Feeney with the tackle. Looks like, yeah, they're going to say 1st down.
This is a 1-2. This is a 1-2, Matt. I mean to interrupt you there, but that's a 1-2 by Trent Richardson.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting hit by 2 and 3 guys, and you're driving your feet. Coach, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast. The way he drives is the leg drive that he has when he's going through and going after 2 or 3 guys. You have these 2 guys here trying to tackle him. He's just driving the whole group.
New set of downs for Perez. Over 350 yards passing and 3 scores on the night. Perez flushed again, going to use his legs, slide down at midfield, make it the 49. It'll be a pickup of 4. Tarpley there waiting for him.
That'll take us to 2-minute warning there, Matt.
And Nick Novak tonight, 1 of 2. Made a 23-yarder, missed from 50. And on the season, he is 0 for 2 from beyond 50 yards. So here at the 2-minute warning. Still got some ground to gain before they can get into Novak range. Of course, Novak, a kicker with the Chargers from 2011 to 14 and in 2017. So he is very familiar with his surroundings.
Yeah, that's make you feel good. But, now with 2 minutes left and where the ball is, San Diego's really going to have to think about maybe taking their timeout based on what happens on this down here with Birmingham. Or to preserve an opportunity to get the ball back.
And just one left. And he used one on that 4th down, which worked out for him. They converted the 4th and 4 after that timeout. Led to a touchdown to tie this thing up. They could not complete the 2-point conversion, though. Which is why we are knotted up at 29, Maurice.
And I love the fact that you have to go for 2 every time because it makes it tough on you now. That 2-point conversion is huge. And now you're in a situation where the Iron can go down and kick a field goal and win this game or just have a tie and go in overtime.
They keep showing Coach Ray Rosleski here, the special teams coach as well, too. A lot of riding on this one, man.
So a 2nd and 6 for Perez. He does have a pair of interceptions to go with those 3 touchdowns. Scans the field, flushed again, and he's going to be able to use his legs again. Makes his way, and now the clock stops, remember. So that's a big one for Perez to get out of bounds after a gain of 12 and a new set of downs.
Luis Perez is his own draw.
Well, he's doing what we thought Keith Price was going to be able to do, running the ball. He's being shown that he has a little bit of mobility here. And you know what? The defenders are coming up. They don't know if he's going to slide, if he's going to try to shake him. And so in this situation, guys are they don't know what they're doing.
But he's going to have to pick up his tempo now. The play clock's down underneath 20 already now. When you run out of bounds, you got to hustle back.
When you run out of bounds, you're a little winded, too, because you're not used to running all that much.
Now they're getting near Nick Novak range from the Fleet 39. Still not running the ball. Instead, nice completion. And that one's going to go to Palmer. Feeney on the tackle. But you'd have to say that is now, after a gain of 7, the San Diego 31, although we do have a flag now.
33! 33!
Well, again, this is, it's going to be 2nd down and 3 or 1st down based on what happens.
There is no foul for an illegal defense on the previous play. 2nd down.
2nd down, so the clock's running unless San Diego chooses to use their timeout here.
2nd and 2, I'm guessing Tim Lewis would love to get at least another 5-6 yards to feel comfortable with Novak's range.
You have everything open to you, though, right now. You have 3 timeouts, a 2nd and 2. You can do whatever you want. You can call a timeout. You can run the ball. You can throw the ball.
Money based on where the ball is and how much time left, because if he's taking a whack at a 50-yarder and he misses, you can give the ball back.
Hand off to Richardson, pushes the pile maybe a half-yard forward. Sharply saying he ripped it out before the whistle. And they're going to blow it dead.
We had one of these a couple weeks ago where it's going to be a matter of where forward progress was.
Established his forward progress before the ball came loose.
So nothing you can do.
3rd down.
Yep, can't review it.
Nothing you can do.
But again, the clock should start on the ready for play. So again, decisions on how much time are we going to leave here. So Birmingham might want to take one now.
And the clock has started.
If they convert this 1st down, now they get a chance to really get it down inside for a makeable field goal.
Is there a penalty for having an extra ball on the field if you're the defense? Because Tarpley doesn't want to let that thing go. They still got it tucked under his
Delay a game, Matt. Delay a game.
3rd and 2. They still have all 3 timeouts. Clearly they want to see if they can pick up this 1st down, take a couple knees. High snap. Hand off to Richardson. Pushes the pile forward for the 1st down.
That's why he's there.
The 30 to the 28. Gain of 3.
That's why he's there, man.
Richardson, ball carrier.
This might as well be the goal line now.
Birmingham, they're first. This is a 30-second timeout.
So Birmingham will take the timeout. You would assume As we get a look at the push here.
These guys right here have a great push. They get going, and then all of a sudden, they just start driving those feet. You get the initial pushback, and you start driving your feet. Good things happen when everyone's driving.
So now we're going to talk about what's our best run. Where do we want to put the ball? What hash for Nick Novak?
Do you talk to the kicker, or you don't?
I don't talk to. I'm saying nothing to the kicker. What? No, I don't talk to the kicker.
I'm gonna blame, man.
I can't talk to the kicker, man.
I'm gonna look at the kicker.
I don't want to talk to the quarterback.
I'm gonna talk to. I'm gonna make money. You gotta be like, hey, man, where you want this ball at? Because I need you to make the kick.
Well, we already know that. We know going in.
No, we don't know.
No, special teams coach always gonna come tell me.
No, Coach, I want to hear from him.
Coach, you put it wherever you want. I'm good.
That's what I want to hear.
I'm gonna put it right in the middle then.
That's what you want to hear, man. Money says you put it wherever you want.
Put it where you want. I'm good.
I'll put it in the middle then. I'm going right to you, though. I'm going right to you. I'm not going to the third party. No middleman here, Coach.
They don't want to take a loss here now.
Lead with one timeout.
No losses, no holding penalties.
Richardson. And he's going to get a little extra here. Now, they do have one more timeout after this.
Richardson, the ball carrier.
Because that's an extra 4 yards.
All right, we're going to take it down to 6 seconds and then call timeout.
Feeney with the tackle there, along with Tupou.
Oh, Tim's going all or nothing now. So you,
he's trying to get out of there.
Birmingham.
Coach, he's trying to get out of there right now.
Well, I'm just saying if you have a bad snap or something, you can get on it and you still have a whack at it at the end of the game.
So you thinking you can't scare money don't make money, Coach?
It's not scare money. You got to cover all your bases, man.
Well, there's no insurance in this game.
No, you're the only one that got to think in this. You got to think. You got to cover it all.
Coach, we're on the road. We got to go for it on fourth down.
We're going to go for it, but what? I hear you.
I know what you said. Coach, you coming. I get it. You were coaching. I'm just telling you, as a player, this is what I want.
Number 67 and 62.
Now, he's going to get the ice. We're going to ice him.
We're going to ice him. He's getting iced.
I'm going to wait.
He thinks he's getting iced.
No, he's getting iced.
Getting iced.
Yeah, we're going to ice you.
It's going to be 44.
Are they letting him get a free whack at it before they ice him?
Novak again, made from 23, missed from 50. So officially a 43-yarder.
You better call it now.
Center of the field for Novak. And there it is.
See, snap it. And then he should go through it.
San Diego, their final timeout.
He didn't go through it. They didn't do their process.
They didn't go through the process. Okay. Because what my special teams coach, Darren Simmons, who's always did a great job. If it was a veteran kicker, don't give him a free whack at it.
Yeah.
If it was a young kicker,
the game clock to 3 seconds.
Didn't matter. It didn't get in his head.
Yeah.
But a veteran kicker like Nick Novak, don't give him a free whack at it.
And we'll get to the unique overtime
Sebastian
rules.
Jankowski used to stare me down.
That's what he did that to everybody that did that.
We'll get to the overtime rules.
Man, Tucker in Baltimore, too.
If we need to.
I was telling you, I'm calling timeout, Tucker. You know I'm calling timeout.
And then don't call it.
See if Nick Novak can allow me to avoid explaining the unique overtime rules for the AAF.
Be our first one, though, man.
It would be. Novak, though, back in familiar surroundings. From the center of the field, a 43-yarder for the win. Kick is up, and it is good. The iron. As the clock strikes 0, a homecoming for Luis Perez, born and raised in Chula Vista, just up the road, throws for 3 touchdowns. And Nick Novak, the former Charger kicker who did so much work in this stadium, boots the game winner. The Iron improved to 4-2. The Fleet slipped to 3-3. And here is, no surprise, tonight's TurboTax game-breaking highlight. As you see Nick Novak there. Here is our play. 43 yards. Novak right down Main Street for the game winner. As the Iron get out with the victory, Luis Perez again, born and raised right here in his own backyard with a host of friends and family looking on. Throws for 3 touchdowns and 360 yards in the Birmingham victory.
What a game.
What a game is right.
You talk about 2, 3, and 2 teams fighting for their playoff lives.
Battling.
Just keep battling. Do whatever you can to find a way. And Coach Tim Lewis victorious again.
Tim Lewis, nice job. Again, stuck in there with Luis Perez. That, to me, is the big decision of the game. Great job by Coach.
Well, talk about getting a good one tonight, guys. Birmingham ends up outlasting the San Diego Fleet. They end up improving their record to 4-2. They will hit the road again and take on the Memphis Express next week. As the Fleet slip to 3-3, they will enter a portion of their schedule where they are on the road for 3 in a row at Arizona, at Salt Lake, and at Orlando. Our final score, again, Birmingham 32, San Diego 29. For Marvin Lewis, Maurice Jones-Drew, and our entire NFL Network crew, I'm Matt Smith. So long from San Diego.
They can't stop us. They can judge or dismiss us, but we'll come back. Because you can't stop pride or power. You can't stop speed or spirit. You can't stop genius or passion. Or you can't stop coming together, anticipating, celebrating. You can't stop the players. You can't stop the places. You can't stop Sunday or Saturday. You can't stop football, and they can't stop us. The Alliance of American Football.
Welcome to the 100th season of the National Football League. Tonight is not about the league. Tonight is about football. It's about the players. It's about the fans.
Damn, B. Boy, this is a great party.
He's open.
Russ?
Hey.